In the final week of Area 4 regular season play, we find ourselves yet again down the mountain in Gaston County. And tonight we bring you a rematch between the Post 144-266 Gaston Braves and the Post 70 Asheville Cardinals. Both teams have strong collegiate-heavy rosters and are trying to jockey for position in the top half of the standings, as the Cardinals and Braves are currently 9-5 and 8-7 in Area 4 play, respectively. Gaston clipped the Cardinals' wings last week, winning decisively 11-2 at Asheville, but Post 70 wants to return the favor and play spoiler to the Braves tonight. Nobody's likely to catch Cherryville in the title race, but this matchup will surely have an impact on how the playoff brackets shake out. It's a battle between Post with legitimate mascots coming up next.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the American Legion streaming series presented by Papa's and Beer, authentic Mexican grill of Hendersonville. I'm Hunter Street, and that was Ryan Cook, and we're live on the campus of East Gaston High School for a North Carolina American Legion Area 4 matchup between Asheville Post 70 and the Gaston Braves Post 144-266. And we want to thank Papa's and Beer. Nice little word from them and our boy Ryan.
Papa's and Beer first opened their doors in 2001 with a simple mission to serve great, affordable, California-inspired Mexican food. Come enjoy their award-winning flavor with a quick lunch, relaxed dinner with friends, or a festive meal with a large group in their spacious dining room. For a cozy night in, takeout is available. Head over to 1821 Asheville Highway in Hendersonville or check out the menu on papasandbeerhendo.com. Thank you to Papa's and Beer for sponsoring the American Legion Baseball streaming series.
Well, it's a hot one, and man, we're feeling it. Our computers are feeling it. I think everybody in the Southeast is feeling it as 90-degree plus weather has crept in this week. But that's not going to stop the final week of Area 4 play, and man, it's a close race at the top between Shelby and Cherryville. You know, you have Gaston and Asheville here right on their toes, but I don't know if anybody's catching Cherryville after what we saw earlier this week. But either way, this one will have implications, and both these teams have a legitimate shot at the title in the conference or the area tournament coming up next week. Let's tell you a little bit about the coaches' backgrounds before we dive into our Ion Outdoors pregame show. First, Chris Decker. It's his 7th year at Asheville Post 70, his 4th straight as the head coach. Again, he was the assistant coach there from 2018 to 2020 before an intermediate stop as the head coach at Henderson County Post 77 in 21 and 22. Again, Coach Decker has been off and on. Again, baseball coach under Coach King at North Henderson. I think he's currently the softball coach at North Henderson too, correct?
I think so.
For Gaston Braves, Post 144-266, Kenneth Passor. It's his 13th year at the Gaston Braves, his 5th season as the head coach. He played on the inaugural Gaston Braves team back in 1997 when Belmont Post 144 combined with Stanley Post 266. That was 97 to 99. He played for them. Currently, he is the assistant coach at Gaston Christian. I don't know if you heard the news, but Devin Lowry leaving Gaston Christian, found a new job at Wiley. Is that the name of the high school? Wiley? I'd have to go back and look. Anyway, Coach Passor has been the head coach of the Gaston Braves since 2022. He was actually named the head coach in 2020, but that season was canceled due to the pandemic, and he was unable to coach in 2021, so he didn't fulfill that title until 22. Before then, before going to Gaston Christian High School, he was the head coach at Highland Tech High School from 2019 to 2025. And he's been part of this Gaston Braves team for a long time. He's the assistant from 24 to 2019. Also has history right here at this very high school. He was the assistant coach, JV head coach at East Gaston from 2007 to 2019. And current record as he came into the season was 55-38 as the head coach of Post 144-266. So if we do the math, what's their current record? Do we know? So they're currently 8-9. So we do the math there. They are 63-47. 63-47 right now is coach's record here at Post 144-266. Let's go back in time for a second and show you what 2025 looked like. Again, we're almost wrapping up the 26th season, but just a year ago, Asheville was at the top. They won Area 4 last year, dethroning Cherryville. Cherryville off to a hot start this year. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Gaston Braves finished 9-9, and although their record isn't much better this time this year, I still think the roster is much stronger than it was last year. I think they're better than that record. We'll jump into that in a minute. Now, looking back in the 2025 for Asheville, again, if you just tuned in, then this is new to you, but we've been ranting about this all year. They were not only Area 4 champions, but they were the North Carolina State champions, the Southeast Regional champions, and then they lost in the World Series. They had 2 wins and 1 loss, but eliminated by a tiebreaker, a unfortunate tiebreaker rule. And final record last year is 36-4 when all was said and done. Gaston, they finished the season 9-9. That was 4th place in Area 4. They tied with Gastonia and Caldwell. They were the number 6 seed in the Area 4 playoffs, and they were swept by Shelby 3-0, 2-0, 8-6, and 12-4. They finished the season 9-12. So that was a bit of a flashback. Before we bring you into the present, let's give you a word from our pregame sponsor, Ion Outdoors.
Ion Outdoors makes backyard dreams come true. With over 2 decades of experience, the Ion Outdoors team knows exactly how to bring your vision to life. They specialize in creating stunning, functional, and durable poolscapes, patios, outdoor kitchens and bars, and other hardscaping projects. Ion Outdoors' commitment to innovation and their close collaboration with clients guarantees outdoor experiences that seamlessly resonate with your lifestyle and home. Thank you to the Ion Outdoors team for sponsoring the American Legion Baseball Streaming Series pregame show.
Thank you to Ion Outdoors, our pregame sponsor, reminding you that if you have a backyard dream, they can help it come true. And speaking of a dream, how about the dreamlike week for Gavin Smith of your Post, 144-266 Gaston Braves. What a week indeed. We were there to witness some of it. You got that stat
Well, we saw
line?
2 of those home runs, that's for sure.
So
One was a grand
It
slam.
was a granny. So 6 for 14 on the week, 3 homers, 6 runs, 8 RBIs, 2 walks, 3 stolen bases. Coach sent me the OPS. It was something like 1.6 something.
1.602, I think.
Gavin Smith is a George Mason Division I baseball recruit, and we interviewed him after that game the other day, and you can tell he's just very smart, very good approach.
Well, bulk of that stat line, as for the home runs and the hits, come against Asheville in that game.
Yep.
So we'll see if he can replicate that tonight.
And that was a big week. He had Cherryville, Shelby, Burke, along with Asheville last week. So congrats to Gavin Smith, the South Point graduate and George Mason commit.
Yeah, and a cool little photo taken by yours truly. So I want to
trying to get more of our own photos to avoid any mishaps there. So, but anyway, thank you to Ion Outdoors, and let's bring it into the contemporary season 2026. Asheville currently sitting at 12-7, 9-5. It's good for 3rd place in Area 4. It's been a long week that started out with a win over Hickory post 48. They split with Gastonia, lost to Shelby, beat Shelby, lost to Gaston Braves. They swept Rutherford and then lost to Cherryville. That brings us up to date with our long week. Holy cow, it's been a long week. And again, final game of the season, Thursday, home against Caldwell. We will be there. We're taking round 1 of the playoffs off. We got to catch up on some college recruiting things. But, again, we may be back for round 2 and beyond. We haven't really put a playoff sponsorship advertisement out there yet, but if anybody's interested in bringing us to town for the playoffs, let us know. Let's go ahead and tell you a little bit about these Gaston Braves. Again, 8-9, 8-7 in Area 4, currently good for 5th. I feel like they're a lot better than that record. Hunter noticed that today's lineup's a lot different than what we saw last week, so maybe that's a little bit of it. Maybe it's been they've been having trouble getting the whole roster out at the same time, but a lot of talent on this roster. Last week, lost to Shelby 17-16 in a football game. On Thursday, they beat Asheville 11-2, somewhat of a football game. We had a safety. Lost to Cherryville 7-1. That was disappointing as they were trying to climb back in their race for the top, but I think they're eliminated now from the first place chase. And then they beat Burke 15-0 on Sunday. This week, it's the game against Asheville, and then that's it. I think this is their final game of the regular season, correct? No makeups or anything? Okay. Well, playoffs start July 5th. Yes, July 5th. So again, after Thursday, our home game, Asheville versus Caldwell, we're going to be shutting it down for a minute. But it's probably Cherryville's to take right now. I think with what we saw the other night, like very strong offense, amazing defense, capable pitching. I think that's what's driving Cherryville. Second place right now, Shelby. They lost to Cherryville yesterday.
15-0 in a shortened game. So that was at Shelby tonight. They're playing, or that was at Cherryville tonight. They're playing at Shelby. So we'll see if Shelby can
2 games back,
muster it up. Yeah, 2 games.
So
back
2 games back, and then they would need some help. Is Cherryville having? They have another game against Gaston this week.
Cherryville has a handful of games because they have Shelby to be 14. I think
they have to make up the
Gastonia,
Caldwell game
and
still.
then there's a Caldwell game to be made up. And there's a situation to where Shelby can still win that first place, but they'd have to win tonight and get some help from the rest of Area 4. Asheville tonight clinches. You saw that on the storyline. Home field advantage with a win. But, post 7 or post 144-266 looking for that season sweep after last week's 11-2 rout of the Cardinals.
Rutherford most likely in, but Hickory, Burke, and Gastonia battling it out for the finals.
I think
2
Burke
spots.
beat Hickory twice, and then Hickory's beat Gastonia twice, and Burke and Gastonia play this week. So
it's going to be interesting.
Coin flip runs against. I don't know how they do tiebreakers, but very likely to see a tiebreaker for number 8.
Well, I've been working on it all night. Worked on it the car ride home. I'm this close to finishing up our our guide to Area 4 baseball right before playoffs, and actually have them separated by. We have the Goliath, which is Cherryville right up. We have the Contenders, which is Asheville, Shelby, and Caldwell and Gaston. We have the Median, which is Rutherford, and then we have the race for the last spot, which is Gastonia, Burke, and Hickory. So that should be up tomorrow morning, maybe on the way home tonight if I can finish it up. I'm trying to get some graphics in there, but went from a preview to a guide to a playoff preview. So we'll see how this works out. I'll show you some prospects from the game tonight. Now, there ain't many to really focus on as far as uncommitted, because Gaston's entire lineup is either in or committed to college already. But one we want to shout out is Landon Wright, tonight's starting pitcher for Asheville. Landon, a high-level pitching prospect. His fastball's been sitting about 88. He's been touching 90 to 92 at times. It's gotten a lot more attention over the last few weeks. A lot of schools inquiring at all levels. And it's an exciting time for the kid, but it's also a nervous time. I talked to a lot of college recruits about how there's 2 levels of stress. The first level is how do I get coaches to talk to me? But once that ball gets rolling and offers and schools start putting spots in front of you and you have to make a decision, that is the most stressful time. So that's kind of what Landon's going through right now with some of the options rolling ahead of him. Another one to shout out is Liam Suttle's been playing Gold Glove defense at second base. Has been hitting the ball pretty well. A couple multi-hit games last week, and solid pitcher. 81 to 83. He was a state games Region 8 selection. Anderson Terrell still out hurt, and I don't know if Cole Holbrook traveled with the team today. I'm not quite sure, but new addition on there is Jackson Warnock, the Cleveland Community College commit. A lot of JUCO guys in this game on both sides to pay attention to, because again, they're going to have to do their recruiting again in a couple years. But as far as mature and seasoned rosters, Gaston and Asheville among the best. Well, I haven't seen a managers meeting just yet.
I haven't seen an umpire.
I think that's our delay right now, is we're actually waiting on some umpires. But looking over here at the Gaston bench, it looks like Hacky Sack making a comeback. So there's like California games over here. Camera 3.
Oh, they got a football on post 70 side. So
Nolan Ryan training methods over there, throwing the football around a little bit.
America versus Europe, kind of like the World Cup.
Again, Cardinals, flashy uniforms. We mentioned it in the opening monologue, but these are the only 2 teams in Area 4, in my opinion, that have legitimate mascots. I know Caldwell Post 29 calls themselves the 29ers, but you know. And then what was Wilkesboro last year? The Flashers or something?
Some Flashers maybe.
I think it was the Flashers,
well,
which is a controversial mascot in its own. But
well, Asheville and Shelby are the only ones to not have red, white, and blue as their color scheme. The Cardinals are maroon and black with accents of white, and Shelby is orange and blue, which I don't know where either of those came up. Like Cardinals, I guess makes sense, but even then, it's not like that's not cardinal red. State Bird's like red, cardinal red's red. So
Yeah. I still think that Shelby Post 82 would be wise to call themselves the Charger Dogs, as their entire team is made up of Creston Burns, with the exception of Wesley Turner, just graduated from Kings Mountain. Now, Post 80
is cool because it's the former Gwinnett Braves logo.
And that was a minor league team back in the day.
Well, now they're just rebranded called the Stripers because of the lake.
Gotcha.
The striper is, right?
Well, striped bass in Maryland is a big fish that you find in the bay, but stripers, they're freshwater, brackish water. They're all over the place. But that's a state fish of Maryland. My friend Devin Nolan, growing up when he was like 13, actually had the state record for biggest striper ever caught. Just got lucky one day out there with his dad and hauled in the biggest fish ever. It was actually in the Bass Pro up there in Maryland for a while, like the so that was always fun. I think someone actually beat it a couple years after, but
no, they do that right.
What's that?
Fish taxidermy.
How they do it?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't know?
I mean, I've never.
You think they put the actual like?
No, it's got to be a fake. It can't.
Yeah.
I was say either that or they dip it in like rosin or something.
No,
I have
it's
no
fake.
idea.
There's no way you put any bit of fish. Now, for mammals,
for deer,
mammals you have the hide and antlers and other aspects. Paws, ears, but
taxidermist. Say that must be a craft that it's got to be passed on through. How do you go to school for that, or is that more of a
do like a trade?
I was going to say it might be a apprenticeship
classes. The reason I know this is I saw a video last night and I sent to my sister, and so that might be another venture down the road to make a little bit of money.
Well, here's our umpires now. Manager meeting, Coach Passor and Coach Decker. I was talking to Coach before the game about what would we have to do to get a region or an Area 4 All-Star game, right? And he was talking more as if it was like a college recruiting type thing. And I'm like, that's fine, but I'm thinking actually just a legitimate All-Star game. Like, who's the best players? Yeah. And if we could get Wilkesboro added back in, maybe get 2 more posts where we could have like a 6 and 6 split. Maybe we could do like a East and a West type.
Well, if you had 6 teams on either side, 12 teams total, you could play 10 division games, and then you could play 5 other cross-division games. You can play everybody once in your division twice and have a legitimate schedule, more games.
All-Star game.
All-Star game thrown in the middle of it.
Do the middle or do the end of the season? I guess it really depends if someone's making a deep playoff run.
I just throw it in the middle, like take a long weekend off for some of these posts, and that gives parents the ability to go like have a scheduled vacation time.
Make a bid for the All-Star game like they do in MLB, and kind of I guess how they already are doing in the state tournament and the regional tournaments like they are here. We saw Ned Yates yesterday, or 2 days ago, kind of give us some insight on how much goes into trying to bring the state championship to your
a lot of money
field.
for buses, and he's actually driving some really important guys around.
Molly Hatch, is that what he said?
Molly Hatch, a little gay country.
He was stoked about that.
That was awesome. Not a lot of people my age know about Molly Hatchet.
Well, here again at East Gaston, another nice, quaint ballpark. Got the brick. One of the groundskeepers, when we were talking to him here when he got here, said that he hates the way that these dugouts were designed. He said they're a death trap. And if you can look on the some of the angles tonight, you'll see that these dugouts are kind of wide open to line drives. So
I like the view, though. I like the cedar trees out in the outfield. It's a good backdrop.
Kind of has a little bit of that feel of Burns, maybe a little bit of what we saw East Wilkes, pretty little fields down here in the foothills.
Softball field set up correctly, unlike other fields in the mountains. So I enjoyed it. Like the campus, the building looks kind of old, but the facade on the front looked like it was updated. So hopefully we can get down here next spring.
Well, hey, we're going to go ahead and hand it off to the PA announcer, and they're going to do the starting lineups. They're going to do the code of conduct, the opening prayer, and the national anthem. We'll be back with you in a few minutes with lineups and defensive alignments.
And now, your starting lineup for your Gaston Braves, leading off tonight, number 1, Daniel Okanowski. Batting second, number 22, Gavin Smith. Batting third, number 15, Brandon Washington. Batting cleanup tonight for your Gaston Braves, number 17, Trey Costner. Batting fifth, number 16, Parker Stafford. Batting sixth, number 9, Gavin McMahon. Batting seventh, number 4, Kenton Bear. Batting eighth, number 19, Jonathan Kalmbach. Batting ninth, number 7, Zeke Pruitt. Also on the mound tonight for your Gaston Braves, number 4, Kenton Bear. Now, players and coaches, please repeat after me for the American Legion Baseball Code of Sportsmanship. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. And now for our prayer. Lord, we just thank you for today, Lord, and we thank you for all these young men out here to play the game they love. And we appreciate everybody getting here safe, Lord, and we just ask that you watch over them as they make their way home tonight also. Lord, we just thank you for this weather, and we just appreciate everything that you have done for us, Lord. You cannot be praised enough, Lord, and we just thank you for your son and that died for our sins. Lord, may we all be safe today and have a good game. We ask these in your name. Amen. And now, if you would please stand and men remove your hats for our national anthem.
All right, well, let's get a play ball. I know it's hot, it's muggy, but these teams got to find some energy here. But let's go ahead and give you a word from our first inning sponsor before we kick everything off.
Bloom Patch Farm, located in Henderson County, is a specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlia cuttings, premium tubers, healthy potted plants, seasonal bouquet subscriptions, and custom floral work. Bloom Patch Farm ships cuttings and tubers nationwide throughout the year, specializing in rare and hard-to-find varieties. Shop online at bloompatchfarmllc.com or find them on Instagram and Facebook, where you can learn more about this weekend's dahlia auction and help benefit American Legion Post 70. Bloom Patch Farm, rare blooms grown with intention.
All right, well, let's bring you some starting lineups and defensive alignments here. Let's go ahead and start with the defensive alignment of the Gaston Braves. So their battery mates there, Canton Bear, the Lincoln Charter grad. He's throwing to Jonathan Kalmbach, South Point grad, from left to right in the infield. Third baseman Parker Stafford, Zeke Pruitt at short. That is Danny Okanowski at second base, and first baseman Trey Costner from left to right, Gavin McElhenney. Center field, Gavin Smith, this week's Iron Outdoors Player of the Week. And in right field, Brandon Washington, the East Lincoln grad. Let's give the starting lineup here for the Asheville Cardinals. Sorry, guys. choking on my own sweat here. It's so hot. So leading off, Braylon Thompson in right field. Batting second, Liam Suttles at second base. The number 3 hitter, Ty Aycock, he'll be behind the plate. In the cleanup spot, Brady Duvall, the big swinging lefty, he's at first base. Batting fifth is Alex Hanna, the DH. In the sixth spot, Grant Buchanan at third base. Jackson Warnock is batting seventh in left field. Zeke Adwaters, the center fielder, batting eighth. And in the 9-hole, Maddox Wright, he'll be at shortstop. Starting pitcher tonight for Gaston, Canton Bear. Canton is going to Surrey Community College next year, playing for Coach Johnson and Coach Cheek up there. Another great WNC prospect chooses the JUCO route. And we were pretty impressed with him when we saw him playing for Lincoln Charter this year. Both of them. Well, I think we already got some heat on cameras 3 and 4, so they're going to be absent for a minute. So bear with us. Try to hop in, maybe check on them here in between innings. Braylon Thompson's been an on-base machine here the last few weeks. He was 2 weeks ago our Ion Outdoors Player of the Week. A lot of quality at bats. Falls behind here 1 and 2. And Bear, two-way player for Coach Clark at Lincoln Charter. You know, a lot of collegiate athletes and future collegiate athletes in that lineup this year. Braylon Thompson on the hands. Let's see if that stays up long enough for Washington. He hustles in and makes the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 11, Liam Suttles.
I'll bring Liam Suttles to the plate. Say Suttles been making some gold glove grabs about every game we've covered this summer. A lot of spin plays, kind of plays that backhand pretty good. A lot of times he'll spin more in that clockwise direction too. But good feet, good hands out there in the infield for Suttles. Ground ball here. Let's see if it's got eyes for the middle. Pruitt, quick pick, tosses across for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Bear, and I'll bring Ty Aycock.
Number 9, Ty.
Just graduated from Inca High School. He'll be at Mars Hill next year for his freshman season. A mountain lion, staying close to home, taking advantage of that Lions Promise Scholarship that Mars Hill offers to families that live within 50 miles of campus. Makes that private school tuition much cheaper, and then allows Coach Honeycutt, Coach Turner, his Mars Hill guys to focus on the best of the best talent within the region, being able to offer good financial packages starting with that Lions Promise. So Aycock here fouls one off to even up the count 1-1. One delivery coming here from Bear. Maybe chased one a little bit top of the zone there. 1-2 now. Looked like some off speed that might have been hanging though, so hittable pitch. I guess if this is a 1-2-3, I'll make a quick shimmy up the dugout over here and see if we can fix that camera. Not sure what I can say about camera 4 right now, as be a tough one to access. 2-2 delivery here with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and Canton Bear has his good stuff going here in the first inning. So no hits, no runs, no nothing. Heading into the bottom of the first will be Danny Okanowski, Gavin Smith, and Brandon Washington.
For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon over at patreon.com/BBUniversityWNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball. On the bump tonight, Landon Wright for Post 70 Cardinals. Throwing to Ty Aycock, his battery mate. Brady Duvall, West Henderson, grad over at first. Liam Suttles at second. Grant Buchanan at third. And Maddox Wright rounds out the infield. Warnock in left, Adwaters in center, and Thompson in right.
Yeah, it's just super hot. Says it can't function until it cools down. So left it up there for now, and maybe I'll take it down in the next half inning. So, all right, let's give you that starting lineup here. For the Gaston Braves, leading off Danny Okanowski, he's the second baseman. Center fielder Gavin Smith. Brandon Washington batting third. He's the right fielder. First baseman Trey Costner's at first. Parker Stafford at third. Gavin McElhenney will be your left fielder. He's batting sixth. Number 7 hitter, your pitcher, Canton Bear. Jonathan Kalmbach, the catcher, batting eighth, and Zeke Pruitt in the 9-hole, your shortstop. They're going to be facing Landon Wright. Landon Wright, last time he was on the bump, was versus Shelby. And that was a solid outing. He fell behind 3-0 that game, but then very much locked in. I believe he worked 6 innings total. Helped them get the win. That was when they were still shooting for the top of the standings. But I don't know if anybody's catching Cherryville at this point. Okanowski, part of that strong Lincoln Charter team the last couple of years. He's going to be playing his college ball at Guilford College down in Greensboro. Swing and a hard hit, but foul on the left field line. Had plenty of distance, but just a long strike. And I guess that's what we're looking for from Wright is can he right the ship earlier than he did in his last start? Again, earned the W, but after having to battle through a tough first inning. Swing and a miss at the curve there. And again, I thought he battled really well last week with what some may consider not his best stuff, even though his fastball's up to 92. There's that curveball again, and that's kind of what he was missing last week. So in the dirt, Aycock has to throw it down to first base to complete the strikeout. But there's one out here, and I'll bring Gavin Smith, this week's Ion Outdoors Player of the Week, to the plate. Last time we saw him, he was busy hitting 2 home runs, had 3 hits in that game, including a grand slam. And it was fun to talk to him after the game and get into his mind a little bit when he was describing his process and talked about that grand slam and how he noticed that the particular pitcher he was facing was having a lot of trouble locating unless it was with the slider. So he was looking slider, found it, hit it a long way. Looks like Wright tried to go to a spinner there, but hits him. Maybe that's just his way of not having to deal with the red-hot Gavin Smith. Here's Brandon Washington. Brandon had a very solid high school career at East Lincoln. He'll be playing for Coach Russ at Wake Tech next year. Washington, outfield, first base, catcher. He's actually a pretty versatile ball player, but best known for his right-handed stick. He was one of our Poppy's Popcorn Player of the Weeks in the 2025 season when we had them for a sponsor. Quick pitch here by Wright. It's going to hit the bat on an excuse me check swing by Washington, so 0-1 is your count. Gavin Smith does have some speed down there at first base. One delivery here from Wright. It's going to miss low. And again, I think we're dealing with some overheating phones and cameras here as we are down the mountain on a 90-degree day. It's kind of what we feared, so bear with us as you might be getting more audio for the meantime as Hunter tries to deal with some picture-in-picture issues here. Gavin Smith dancing on first base. Oh, I thought they had him there. So Smith trying to get the shimmy head start at first base. Landon Wright turned to make the pick. Thought Duvall got the pick down like that.
No camera one.
Say just a camera one?
No camera
No
one.
camera. So everything's hot. Gavin Smith takes off. Throw down here by Aycock. It's going to be sailing wide. Settles with the grass. So it's a stolen base, a Carolina Pack-and-Go stolen base by Gavin Smith. And if you're watching at home, it's going to be more like a radio feel until the heat gets off of these cameras for a minute. So we apologize for the technical difficulties, but I guess that's our goal moving into the next season, is to try to find the technology where hot days of 85 or 90 degrees don't shut down our cameras. So hope you enjoy your view from first base. And Brandon Washington, still your hitter. 2-2 is your count. Landon Wright delivers. Ground ball bounding up the middle. That will be a single. Atwaters picks it up, comes up firing home. Throw misses the cutoff man. That'll allow Washington to move up to second base. Aycock tries to throw on the backside, but it'll be a single. First and third now. Excuse me, second and third as Washington moves up to second. So 2 men in scoring position with 1 out. Trey Costner coming up to the plate here. Costner was in the leadoff spot last week when we saw Gaston. Hit a home run in that game, and he also ran into a brick wall to catch a foul pop-up. I think the brick wall was hurting worse than he was afterwards. Ground ball foul here. We'll see if we can get camera 1 back at some point here for you. Costner going to take the curveball for a strike, so falls behind 0-2. This will be a big K for Wright here if he can execute. So infield playing at normal depth. Nice block up there by Aycock. Saves a run with that good defense. Again, Aycock, very good defensive catcher. Him and Boone Carver have been sharing the catching duties for the Cardinals this summer. 2 of the better defensive 26 grads coming out of the mountains. There's that curveball, and that is a huge K for Landon Wright. 2 outs now. So again, with the Braves threatening second and third.
Now batting number 16, Parker Stafford.
Wright and the Cardinals with a chance to find their way out of this without allowing a run. Again, the leadoff strikeout to Okanowski, the hit by a pitch, and then the single by Washington. Coach Wise going to have a quick word with the batter, Parker Stafford. Wonder what they're seeing there, especially with first base open. So after a quick visit to the mound by Ty Aycock, Parker Stafford's finally going to step in here. Stafford, the East Gaston Brave. He's on familiar territory today. This is his prior home field. He's going to be playing for Caldwell Tech next year. Coach Deaton and the Cobras, fresh off a World Series appearance up in Johnson City. I think Coach Deaton was the... So Gavin Smith steals home. Wish y'all could have seen that one. So that must have been what Coach Wise was talking to Stafford about. Says, hey, look, he's taking a little while to come home. He's in the windup. Gavin Smith had a huge jump. Landon Wright tried to hurry up through his windup, spiked the ball. The Aycock went to the fence. So it'll be a stolen base. So he stole home on that. So a Carolina-Packngo stolen base. Some smart heads-up baseball there by the Braves. It's 1-0 now as Gavin Smith has just been on fire. I was talking to Coach Pastor about the game and just asked his opinion. He's like, do you think Gavin Smith's the best player in Area 4 right now? He said he's got to be up there. Humble answer. But I just think he's so dynamic, high baseball IQ, doesn't seem to miss opportunities like that. It's a great heads up there by the Braves to steal a run here in the first inning. Stafford now in a 2-2 count. Washington at third. He's going to chase the high cheddar there. That is out number 3. Strikes out the side, but the hit by pitch and the single and a couple stolen bases by Gavin Smith in the inning lead to the first run of this game. Heading into the second inning, it's going to be Brady Duvall, Alex Hanna, and Grant Buchanan come to the plate. Well, any ideas? Just wait out the heat, I guess. Unless you think it'd be wise for me to take a couple out of and put them in the refrigerator. Say our fine convenience or our concession stand folks let us put our cameras in the refrigerator leading up to game time to try to keep them cool. But that heat got to them quick. As of right now, we're down to just one camera. So I hope you enjoy that view of first base, and we're going to try to give you the radio feel up until then. I was going to say, would it be wise? It probably wouldn't be wise to unplug them all. Okay. All right, let's give you some info on our second inning sponsor, CamWood Bats, located up in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. With Fall League coming up, a lot of people have been asking about the coupon code. Wood bats aplenty in fall baseball. I know the Bob Lewis League that runs up in Asheville uses wood bats. So if you're planning to buy bats anyway, buy them from the finest and use the 10% discount, BBUWNC. Thank you to CamWood. Again, if you're just joining us, sorry about the lack of cameras for you right now. We're down to just one camera, our camera 2, which is our first base side. The heat has knocked out our home plate camera, our third base camera, and our alternative pitcher catcher view. So 3 out of the 4 cameras knocked out right now, and the sun cannot set fast enough here in Mount Holly. It's 7:20, so we still got a while. Current game day temperature here down the mountain. There's a hot one up in the mountains today, but down the mountain we're at 91 degrees. Feels like 99 is what it says. So tomorrow 96, Thursday 98, Friday, Saturday 99. It's going to be a hot one down here in Gaston County. So hey, if you like what we're doing, getting ready for next season, both high school and Legion, this is where sponsors come into play. We're trying to get an upgrade on equipment. There are special cameras that you can buy, but they cost thousands of dollars that, they can withstand the heat. The iPhone cameras we've been using, not quite there. So, yeah, so it feels like it's 99 right now. So that explains a lot. So I'm going to try to do my best to tap into my radio voice for everybody and give you the play-by-play here. Again, Canton Bear back out for a second inning. Bear was flawless in the first inning, 3 up, 3 down, picked up 1 K. He's got the left-hander Brady Duvall, West Henderson grad, Guilford Tech commit. There's the windup. Bear gave a decent offering, but the catcher Kalmbach unable to catch it up. So umpires, what's the old saying? Got to catch it. From the windup, a 1-0 delivery. Ground ball, bounder on 2 hops to Pruitt. A little backhand, throws across and gets Brady Duvall in plenty of time for out number 1. Second assist of the day for Pruitt at shortstop. Again, Pruitt, one of the finer gloves that we've seen over the last couple of years. Not really a lot of true shortstops in Western North Carolina at the moment, but Pruitt will be at the top of the conversation when it comes for best middle gloves. Alex Hanna at the plate now. Alex limited to DH duties this summer after having a slap tear his first season at Rockingham. Again, Alex, North Henderson graduate. In 2025 is the Mountain 7 Player of the Year in 2025. Very versatile when he is healthy. He can play third, second, outfield, can pitch a little bit. But again, had that slap tear playing for Coach Huff at Rockingham. Excited to get back there for year 2 with a full bill of health. Finds himself behind here 0-2. Throws the curveball. Thought it stayed up. Alex Hanna thought that too, but the umpire said, oh, no, sir. That hit the top of the zone, so it'll be a strike 3 looking. So a ground ball and a backwards K brings us to Grant Buchanan here. Canton Bear 1 out away from 2 straight 1-2-3 innings. Buchanan a couple days ago was our player of the game, Papa's and Beer player of the game, had a home run and a couple of hits. It was in a win over East Rutherford.
Buchanan at third base this evening. He's another one who can play several positions. Ooh, skips away from here. One here, almost hit him. 1-1 count. Buchanan, left-handed hitter. Just graduated from Brevard High School, not heading too far for college as he's going to go to the college that bears the same name, Brevard College, play for Vinnie Carone next year. Pushes one foul here off to the left side. One idea I do have, Hunter, is if this is what it's going to be for a minute, I can go up on the dugout and turn the camera to at least give us an alternative.
I think that would make it get hot.
Ooh.
Because, like, see how it's not.
Yep. Big bounder here, and it's going to hit off the glove of Okanowski at second base. I think we're going to have to give Buchanan a single on that. I'll say as much bounding as that ball was going to was going through, I think even if Okanowski picks that clean, Buchanan's probably safe down the line. So first hit of the day is a Baltimore chop. I'll bring Jackson Warnock to the plate. Warnock, Owen Warhorse graduate. Going to be playing for the Cleveland Community College Yetis next year. Reuniting with a former Warhorse there, and Briggs Barker, assistant coach for Cleveland. Graduated from Owen a few years back. After a playing career at Cleveland, he became a coach there. A big influence on Warnock's decision, as he had a few junior college options in front of him. 1-0 delivery here from Bear. Ball was a little up. Warnock went after it anyway. He was late and lines it foul off to the right side. 1-1 count. Buchanan takes his lead off first. Swing, ground ball to Warnock. Deep in the hole. Pruitt picks, throws to second, and safe by half a step. Good call by the umpire. So with that ball bounding deep in the hole, we'll give Warnock a single, as Warnock has sub-7 speed. He's probably beating that one out if the throw goes to first. Zeke Adwater's to the plate now. So two out infield singles have given the Cardinals their first runner in scoring position this evening. Adwater's in center field tonight. He's done a marvelous job taking over for the injured Jordan Brown. Jordan was part of the World Series team last year and was off to a good start here in the summer of 2026. He's a rising sophomore at Anderson, but fractured his hand a couple weeks ago, and Zeke Adwater's moved in and done a fine job in center field. Lifts one to left field here. I'm losing sight of it. That ball is down. One run is in. Warnock is around third. Throw is not going to be in time as it misses the cutoff man. So that's going to be a 2 RBI double for Zeke Adwaters. I lost sight of it for a minute, but once that ball went off the bat, both runners with speed took off, stayed up for a while. And the left fielder out there, McElhenney, gave a good run, but ball's down right near the line. It's going to be a double for Adwaters. And just like that, Asheville takes the lead. So all three hits here given up by Bear, not strong contact. 2 ground balls that stayed in the infield, and a fly ball that just had eyes for no man's land. The Cardinals ain't going to complain, though, so up 2-1 here. I don't think they ever had the lead versus Gaston last week, so first lead against Gaston in their 2 games. Maddox Wright, the batter now. Maddox just graduated from Pisgah. Pisgah got knocked out in the 3rd round by Stuart Kramer, another Gaston team. Maddox Wright, another pop-up in the left field. This could be trouble again. McElhenney, though, settles under it and makes the catch for the 3rd out. 3 hits, although not extremely hit hard, but it results in 2 runs. So score is now 2-1 heading into the bottom of the 2nd. It'll be McElhenney, Bear, and Kalmbach to come to the plate. Let's tell you a little bit about our social media.
Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at BBUniversityWNC. And check out our website at baseballu.org. That's baseball and the letter U.org.
Well, Landon Wright out for a second inning. Wright is giving up the 1 run on 1 hit. And again, we appreciate our audience tonight getting the radio version of the Baseball University American Legion streaming series. Again, it's 99 degrees, at least the feels like down here. It's 91 currently. It has knocked out 3 of our 4 cameras. And we're going to try to see if we can get a few of them back online as the sun sets. But right now, the only view you're getting is our first base camera. I mentioned the idea to Hunter to maybe turn it a little bit to get the pitcher and the hitter, but then it would be facing right into the sun, and we'd probably get that one knocked out too. So in the meantime, we're just going to cross our fingers, hope for the best, and once the temperature dies down a little bit, I'll try to climb these ladders and reset these cameras. My guess is probably about to be the 3rd or 4th inning. First pitch here to McElhenney is a fastball, going to miss high around the letters. McElhenney is heading off to NC Wesleyan next year. Be joining opponent Jackson Pavone next year. Pavone, a rising sophomore at NC Wesleyan.
We're back.
Hunter, he did it. So there you go.
I didn't do nothing. The sun went behind the building.
A little chopper here. Suttle's going to have to make a move, though. Quick throw. Got him. It's funny that you said that because probably 15 seconds before you walked back, I was like, well, you're getting the radio version. My guess is probably about the 4th inning when the sun sets, I'll be able to reset it. But Hunter able to get camera 1 working again to give you a better angle. So for y'all watching at home, let people know, hey, it's safe to tune back in. Help us build these numbers up a little bit because you're seeing a good one tonight. Maybe these guys find each other in the playoffs. It'll probably be 2nd or 3rd round, but I say there's 4 contenders right now, and that's how I'm writing my article in this playoff preview. Ground ball here to Maddox Wright. Picks up a little deep, throws it across for out number 2.
I don't know how that would work because Asheville looking like a solid 3 seed. Now, if they do get a 2 and Shelby implodes, then they'd meet a little bit sooner. But Gaston's that solid 5 right now, and a 4-5 wouldn't meet a 3 until the finals.
I'm going to say that your favorites for contenders are going to be Cherryville, Shelby, Asheville, Caldwell, and Gaston. So those 5. I can see all 5 of those making a run at the title. Rutherford, like I said, they're my median team. There's talent there between, they have a couple arms that could compete, but I think they may be your upset. They could pull the upset. And then you're going to have 2 of 3 between Hickory, Gastonia, and Burke make the playoffs, but we'll see if they're able to withstand a 5-game series. So, hats off to Coach Raby there for being adamant about checking down on the check swing there. Kalmbach goes down swinging. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Landon Wright. 2 grounders and a K, no hits, no runs. Heading into the top of the 3rd, it's the top of the lineup for the Cardinals, and Braylon Thompson, Liam Suttles, and Ty Acott. You want me to go check on camera 3? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to see if we can attempt to get a 3rd camera working again.
I want to thank our 3rd inning sponsor, Florida America of Kings Mountain and Gastonia, proud to support American Legion Baseball streaming series. They're a long supporter of baseball in West North Carolina, and they're locally owned and operated by regional experts. By shopping at Florida America, you're supporting your community, and you'll enjoy personalized service that you won't find anywhere else. If you're in need of a new floor, Florida America will help you find the perfect floor for the way you live. Thank you again, Florida America, for sponsoring the 3rd inning. Merry Christmas. Here's camera 3. I guess it didn't get hot. You can see the shadow right there about 70 feet down, 80, 70, 65, 70 feet down the line right there, sitting on the dugout. So, yeah, you can. Just stand on the thing. You should be tall enough.
Leading off for Asheville on top of third, number 2, Brandon Thompson.
Braylon Thompson up for Asheville Post 70.
Boy, good.
Takes a strike. Evens at 1-1. A little out. Sun getting ready to go down here. 7:36 p.m. local for anyone watching outside the time zone. Braylon notorious for seeing a lot of pitches. A good comp would be Kenny Ishikawa. You'll see his name called in the first few rounds of the MLB draft this year. It's a ground ball to second. And Okanowski gets him in a breeze. That's 1 out for
Now batting number 11, Liam.
Braves.
All right, see that one.
Suttle's up now for the Cardinals. Takes the ball 1-0. He grounded out to short the last time up. Looks like he's going to ground that. Oh, no, he's not. Mr. Okanowski bobbles it. That should be an E4.
Now batting number 9, Ty Acock.
Spoke too soon. Was thinking that Mr. Suttles was going to ground out to the other infielder, but he did not. Okanowski bobbles it. That's an E4. And
What did
for
Thompson
Cardinals,
do?
he grounded out to Okanowski. 4-3.
Gotcha. All right, all caught up.
What a poke right there from Mr. Acock.
So a single, and Aaron a single, puts it first and second. All right, I think we got all 4 cameras working again.
Now batting number 10.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Not bad. Not bad.
Here I was saying it was going to be like middle of the 4th inning, so
Nice little camera 4 right there.
thought I was going to tumble into the field trying to fix camera 4.
I thought you were too, but sometimes you have to take a fall for the American Legion Scout and Streaming Series.
It's the least I can do with all our heroes out there. Some falling, it's the least I can do is fall off the ladder for this country.
But these issues do show that it's very difficult during these summer months to do broadcasts like this. Now, if they start the game at 8 o'clock, maybe this doesn't happen, but we can't tell them.
Well, hey, look, if there's some philanthropic people out there, again, our goal this fall is to start looking ahead for the spring season, high school season, trying to find like an Angles or a Bojangles. Ground ball here to Pruitt, picks it up, goes to second for 1, back to first. Not in time, and it skips away and out of bounds. Here I am using out of bounds. That's a basketball term. Out of play. So E4 is going to allow Suttles to score. So Suttles.
Fielder's choice E4?
Yes. So Duvall, fielder's choice. Him going up to second as a result of that E4. Acock
scores.
Scored or the.
Yeah, he gets out at second. And then,
you're right. So he's out 6-4. All right, so ground ball by Braylon Thompson, 4-3. Then the E4 by Suttles. The single by Acock. The fielder's choice right there by Duvall. 6-4 on the put out. The throw back to first goes wide. That allows the run to score. Unearned run.
I don't think that's a big swing of the game candidate, but I'm clipping it nonetheless. Little House of Power big swing of the game. Haven't seen that yet, so.
I mean, Zeke Atwaters with the double, so we do have one BH, we have one BF step extra base hit, putting a charge into 1.
Yeah, I clipped him rounding first.
Say we can't. We can't.
We need a double. We need an extra base hit, guys. We need a BF Stepp extra base hit.
Say Zeke Atwaters with 2 RBIs. So we have a couple Western North Carolina driving school RBIs, our RBI sponsor. So Alex Hanna here. That's going to hit him. So hit by pitch. So Bear, after a 1-2-3 first inning, is run into a little trouble here in the last 2 innings. Again, the second inning gave up those 3 hits, but not hard contact. And that's kind of where we're at again this inning. So first and second. Hanna at first, Duvall at second. Bring Grant Buchanan to the plate. Grant had a big bounding infield single in the second inning. First hit for the Cardinals.
Love this angle on guys like Grant Braylon, little lefties. Get to see the openness of the swing.
All right, so appreciate all y'all folks at home sticking with us here. It was definitely one of the more difficult beginnings of a game we've had. Here's the pitch to Buchanan, fouled off. It'll be 0-2. It's a good opportunity for Bear here to bear down and finish this inning, limit the damage. 3-1 is where it stands right now. This is what the groundskeeper was telling us when we showed up today. He said this open dugout here, like you see here with the Cardinals, is a death trap. He said line drives just fly in there. Maybe not from Buchanan, the lefty, but Cardinals.
If he's hitting
and
the ball,
maybe even the Braves here, everybody just needs to be a little safer because this field was not designed to protect hitters in the dugout or players in the dugout. Another big bounder here. Okanowski picks up, throws to first. That'll be out number 3. So tough inning, only the 1 hit, a hit by pitch, 2 errors in the inning leads to the 1 run, 3 complete, or excuse me, 2.5 complete heading into the bottom of the third. It's going to be Zeke Pruitt at the bottom of the lineup, then back to the top, and Okanowski and Smith.
Thank you again to our in-game sponsors, BF Stepp Electrical Co., our extra base hit sponsor, putting a charge into one. Blue Devil Athletic Booster Club, our sacrifice blunt sponsor. Go make a sacrifice. Give your local boosters. Carolina Pack and Go, our stolen base sponsor, getting you from one base to the next. Cedar Springs Baptist Church, our mountain visit sponsor, having faith from the mountaintop. Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, our insurance run sponsor, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. House of Power, our big swing of the game sponsor. They're built for serious athletes. Quality Home Consultants, our quality at bat sponsor, protecting your home base. Set Physical Therapy, our health and availability sponsor. Set Physical Therapy, making sure you're good to go. And West North Carolina Driving School, our RBI sponsor, knowing how to drive in runs.
Yeah, speaking of that Southeastern Physical Therapy Health and Availability Report again, JoJo Brown out for the year with a fractured hand. Anderson Trell lost him a couple weeks ago as well. For Gaston, I think the only loss for the season right now, I believe I heard this right, was Caden Rudisill is having some arm problems. So I think he's the only one that's out on the Braves side. So leadoff hitter here, Zeke Pruitt, South Point grad, heading to CVCC. Good glove. Always liked his glove. He's got some offensive prowess as well, so I'm hoping that he's a guy that can keep getting bigger and stronger at Catawba Valley because he's a gamer, good ball player. Again, here in the bottom of the third inning, Wright's worked 2 innings, allowed the 1 earned run in the first, but he's collected 4 Ks. He looked very sharp in the second. Looks like he's really got his good breaking stuff going today. Said his changeup felt pretty good last time. Starting to flash it more and more. But right now it looks like it's the fastball curveball combo that's really got him cruising at the moment. Again, hot day down here in Mount Holly. First time on this side of the county. We've been to the Belmont, Gastonia area a little bit. Stayed in Gastonia in that old bank hotel, which I probably paid a little too much for considering the other hotels available, but they were the only one where a human picked up. So I was like, I'm in. I'm too old school. Pruitt pushes one to right field. It's going to hang up out there for Braylon Thompson. Makes the catch with the sun in his eyes. Doesn't seem to be fazed by it at all. Back to the top now with Okanowski.
Well, how many have you seen of this county? I've been to North, I've been to East, I've been to Stuart Kramer, I've been to South Point. The only one I haven't been to is, well, Cherryville's technically
Bessemer.
Gaston. I've not been to Bessemer. I've not been to, is Highland Tech Gaston County? I think so.
Ooh, yeah, I think so.
I had to check that map.
Yeah, because we stayed. Well, there's another spot we went to. I think we drove by Highland Tech or something. There's that ground ball, the curveball. Oh, in and out of the glove of Buchanan. That'll be an E5. That would have been a nice one pitch, one out AB there for right, but it'll be one out with one man on now. So E5. First error of the game for the Cardinals. Now here comes the
Hunter Huss.
Here comes Gavin Smith looking for a zen moment there before stepping into the plate.
Hunter Huss, Forest View, Ashbrook, Cherryville, Bessemer City, Gaston Christian. A lot more schools than I could even recognize.
Good take there by Gavin Smith. Stays off the spinner. Ty Acock working hard to block it up today. Not much getting by Acock. And Gavin, hopefully he enjoys the Washington, D.C. metro area going up to George Mason. And right, long hold, throws over. Pruitt, or Okanowski, sorry. Okanowski back in with a slide. So I've been to George Mason before for one thing and one thing only. Only time I've ever been to George Mason was for a concert back in the day to see Tenacious D. Jack Black, not a fan of Tenacious D. Kyle Gass, Jack Black, no, okay. Yeah, it was fun, enjoyed it. I remember when we were in our early 20s driving down there, watch a concert. A lot of colleges in that area. George Washington, Georgetown, a lot of Georges. Maddox Wright had to wait for it, throws it across, bounces past the ball. Okanowski's going to put the brakes on at third. It'll be a first and third. So I guess we're going to call that an E6 or a hit. What do you think, Smith?
I think he's been.
You think he's beating it?
I mean, you have that big of a hop. He's hammering down the line. I give him a hit.
Give Smith a single on that. So it'll be first and third now.
I think that's one you need to eat, though.
Yep. Similar situation to the first inning, where a hit by pitch and some stolen bases led to a run.
Steal of home.
Oh, yeah, the stolen base of home. So a little bit of chaos. That was Gavin Smith. So Smith showing that, yes, he can put many over the fence in a week, but he can also make small ball happen with his feet, his speed, his baseball IQ. That's what a high-level baseball player looks like, folks. So again, Gavin Smith, in my opinion, I think he's the best player in region or Area 4 right now. If we had an all-star game, he'd be selected to it. I wonder if he's got the green light here. It looks like he's ready to steal. I would say if I do have one criticism for Landon Wright, you know, his stuff looks great. He's been throwing really well. His velocity's starting to creep into the 90s, but holding runners. Sometimes that happens with mountain baseball and the speed of the game. Good players can play against below average talent week after week when you live in the mountains. You don't have to, you don't have that kind of pressure put on you like Gavin Smith is going to put on right here in this first and third.
It's a good quick pitch right there. Didn't even let Smith get his lead. Didn't even let Washington get ready.
Now it's a quick pitch. You just always got to make sure you don't balk. Got to come to a complete set.
I like this mix-up of timing here.
0-2 count. I think Wright was able to get that big strikeout in the first inning, but then that's when the stolen base of home happened. That's a similar situation here. Swing, a pop, foul. Or no, is that? No, that's not foul. It's Wright at shortstop. Sorry, folks. So Maddox Wright under it. Makes the catch. Gavin Smith had to retreat. So, again, I lost track of it for a minute there.
Infield fly, though? No call? Run on first, less than 2 outs.
So
Porch
again,
play.
Gavin Smith took off. Ball popped up. Maddox right makes the can of corn play. And now Trey Costner, also a strikeout victim in the first inning.
Braves need this right here.
Well, I wonder if you could go ahead and just start the runner here, try to create a little chaos.
I would.
I mean, with Gavin Smith's kind of speed, I mean, if I'm coach, was that Coach Wise down there at third? If I'm coach, I'm getting them in the rundown here. I'm doing the pickoff play, like get myself in a. Oh, they're not going to need it. A dying quail falls into center field. Costner got just enough to push that line drive out into center field. It's an RBI, and we are tied here in Mount Holly. So Okanowski scores the second run of the game for the Braves. Gavin Smith moves up a base and is now first and second. And here comes Coach Wise to talk to Parker Stafford. Last time these two had a quick meeting, Gavin Smith stole home. He's not going to be able to do that here, but there's a base open in front of him, so there could be some sort of trickery on here. I feel like Coach Wise over there in the third base coach's box has picked up on something here with Landon Wright when it comes to delivering a pitch. Let's see if he can figure out what his tell is. There's a strike, a hard strike. Probably a 90-mile-per-hour delivery right there. I got my gun with me, but off on the third base side is where our table's set up, so I might wander behind home plate here in a little bit. Stafford 0 for 1. He struck out to finish the first inning. Again, picked up something there. Great jump. That is the third stolen base of the game already for Gavin Smith. Again, stolen base is brought to you by Carolinapackngo, helping you move from one base to the next. So runner in scoring position, but also a first and third situation here. Again, if you're Costner trying to get picked off here, barely steals second by an eyelash. So Costner's going to take second without a throw. That's another Carolinapackngo stolen base. 2 out there now for Parker Stafford. Score is 3-2. I thought it was tied for a second. I forgot the Cardinals pushed another run across last inning, so it is 3-2. I'm sorry, folks. All that chaos in the beginning of the game. The heat's getting to me. What can I say? There could be some crazy things coming out of my mouth in this game. So Aycock slides to his right, able to block that up. Gavin Smith made a move towards first. So full count. Landon Wright trying to find his composure. Again, going from the stretch after the last time Gavin Smith was at third base. No more stretch for him. I'm a stretch guy. When I always told my players when we have a runner at third, they start going from the windup. I'm like, no, stretch. Like, I'm sorry. You got good base runners on third base, and you want to go from the windup, you're just giving way too much opportunity for them to create chaos. So full count here. A lot of chatter coming from the Braves dugout. Here's the pitch. There's a curveball. Spits on it. Ball 4. So bases loaded now for Gaston. Threatening 2 outs. Gavin McElhenney up to the plate. Grounded out his first at bat. So again, interesting inning. Started with a fly ball out by Pruitt. There's a strike. Then the E5. Danny Okanowski, he's come all the way around to score, so that's an unearned run. Gavin Smith had the single, stole third. Trey Costner had this RBI single, stole second. Stafford with the walk, and that's where we find ourselves. Again, that was the first walk of the game given up by Wright. 1-1 count. McElhenney, recent graduate from Caribbean Community School, swings at the curveball. Nice block by Aycock yet again. It's been a
human wall back there, not allowing anything past him. I think the only thing that made his way past Acock was the stolen base of home by Smith, which Wright had to rush the throw, and he bounced it. Acock working hard out there, blocks another one up, but McElhenney spitting on that. So Braves starting to pick up a little bit on the repertoire and the sequencing of Wright, spitting on the curveball a little bit here in the third inning. I think if you're right, you got to go back to your fastball for a minute. Just got to locate. Oh, goes to the fastball, just reaches out and places one down the right field line. It'll be enough to drive in two. And the Braves regain the lead. So I think that was the right pitch. It wasn't hit hard, but just enough there to push it out in the right field for a 2 RBI single. So Smith in to score his second run of the game. Costner around to score the go-ahead run, and Stafford all the way to third base, running hard with 2 outs. Canton Bear going to be the 8th runner to come to the plate here. And here's the irony of it all. With that E5 that allowed Okanowski to score, the inning would have been over by now. So all 3 of these runs are actually unearned. Yep. So Gavin Smith, Costner scoring on the McElhenney single. Never would have happened. The inning would have been over with the pop out of Washington. That E5 doesn't happen. So again, 4 runs in, 1 earned. And Wright gets ahead here of Bear. Again, Bear, the pitcher, wanting to help himself out here. He's going to be heading back out in the top of the 4th with a lead to work with. Runner goes here. Acock fakes the throw, throws back down to third. Bang, bang. Safe, says the umpire. These umpires ain't much for gaining ground to make a call, are they?
No, that was talked about earlier.
I think that was the right call, but still 90-plus feet away there. I think he got a hand in.
It did.
Yep, safe is the call. Safe is correct. Looking at the replay. Up and in here to Bear. And it's hot. A lot of pitches thrown in this inning here by Landon Wright. He's going to have to take a deep breath and find some composure. Try to find that final out. Goes back to the curveball. I'm thinking that the Braves are just going to spit on every curveball here until 2 strikes at this point. They seem to really change their approach this inning, laying off of the off speed. There's a strike. So 3-2. So good pitch, good take. Very bottom of the zone. It's probably not the pitch you want to go for if you're Bear. But if you're right, it'd be nice to put that pitch right back in that spot again. Goes the curveball, misses outside. Like I said, they're spitting on the curveball right now. It's his 2nd walk of the inning. We have bases loaded again.
Now batting in 19, Jonathan Hombach.
So 3 hits in the inning, 2 walks, an error. Led to 3 runs here. Asheville relinquishing the lead to Gaston. And again, the results of this game are not going to affect the first place title hunt. That's between Shelby and Cherryville at this point. But this could have implications on how the playoff brackets shake out. Gaston currently in 5th. They're trying to get into the top 4. Coach Haycock's out there for a Cedar Springs Baptist mound visit. Again, thank you to Cedar Springs Baptist Church for being our mound visit sponsor. Again, Coach Haycock's out there trying to tell Landon Wright, hey, we got faith in you. And if you need some spiritual faith in your life, get on down to the church, Cedar Springs Baptist, located in Zirconia, North Carolina, off of Green River Road. Zircon. Oh, I'm not climbing that again. I'll wait. So apparently camera 4 out at the moment. I ain't trying to climb that again. My legs are still itching from the climbing through those bushes.
Told you they should have just stood on the wall and just had it where you could get it instead of putting it up high.
I try to go the extra mile for the people. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Jonathan Kalmbach coming up to the plate is going to be the 9th hitter. So Gaston Braves batting around here this inning. All 9 to the plate. Kalmbach just graduated from South Point. Has always been one of the top catchers in the area, but I feel underrated. It's just steady Eddie, not flashy, but does a lot of things well. Pops one in the right field here on the first pitch. Braylon Thompson hauls it in, so all 9 come to the plate. 3 runs in on 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 walks, and an error. 4-2 is our score as we head into the top of the 4th. It's going to be 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Cardinals and Warnock, Adwaters, and Maddox Wright. All right, well, just trying to fix up my box score a little bit here. Well, at the 4th inning, you know what that means. It's time for the Owen Joseph hero of the game. Again, every 4th inning of every broadcast, Owen Joseph and Baseball University of the Blue Ridge want to celebrate a local veteran. And we've had some pretty solid nominations so far, but we have 1 game left. That's next Thursday. So if you want to nominate a local veteran, get in touch with me before then. You can call me at 828-458-1794 or send me an email at ryan@baseballu.org. And you can nominate a local veteran, living or past, or a current serviceman or woman for the Owen Joseph Hero of the Game. And this week's Hero of the Game is Robert Elias Ballard. He was a staff sergeant in the United States Air Force, and he's from Zirconia, North Carolina. He served from 1968 to 1972 doing inventory management. He was an inventory management specialist. Plays some music too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Say the picture I was sent to me today, I think he's holding a fiddle. And
Ballard boys can pick it at the barbershop where his son Josh is the barber, and his grandchildren are all players at Hendersonville. I think one's graduated, played football and baseball.
Bearcats.
So I know Robert is a really good guy, and all the Ballards are Zirconia's finest. So it's nice to have Robert be nominated.
Again, United States Air Force. Again, I think we had one earlier this year. It was JoJo Brown's older brother in the Air Force, right? Mm-hmm. Talked about Fred Lida on the last broadcast. Science teacher at Apple Valley, flew in planes, combat missions in Iraq. So a lot of our heroes of the game taken to the air or have taken to the air in the past. Again, always a fan of the local musicians. A lot of great mountain music out here in Western North Carolina. Again, driving through Shelby, you got the Earl Scruggs. I think it's Earl Scruggs Museum.
That's where he was born, yeah. Yep. The theater, yep. I think.
So, again, thank you, Robert Ballard, this game's hero of the game.
Hey, here we go. Let's get first.
Warnock had a single in the second, came around to score on the Zeke Adwaters double. Big, strong body, a lot of length to him. Hard hit right off. Is that the glove or off the tush? So it's going to be a single. So either way, hit the soft spot, whether it was the leather or the tush. But Canton Bear, they're going to tell him, don't rub it. It's inappropriate. So 2 for 2 now is Warnock. We hope that Canton Bear is okay out there. Sometimes that's baseball. You know, those line drives, they can find you. And if they do find you, you hope it's on the soft spot, you know. Seen some wild hit by pitches and line drives to the more fragile parts of the body on some of the broadcasts, but Canton Bear not missing a second after that, right back to deliver a strike to Adwaters. Warnock does have some speed, not much of a lead out there. There's a strike, zips it down there at the bottom of the zone. Adwaters don't like it, but from where we're sitting, looks like a good pitch. Quickly behind 0-2. Again, Adwaters hooked that double down the left field line, found that real estate. Not sure what he's missing there. That looked like it was the same spot as before, so Adwaters getting lucky. I think if you're Adwaters here, you really got to widen your stance up here and get deep in your swing. Try to protect the bottom of the zone here. Be real handsy. Runner goes. chops one here. It's going to be only a play at first. Oh, Warnock is going to try to steal base on the backside, and he's out. So that's going to be a double play. So Warnock was off on the play. Pruitt made the catch, threw it across for 6-3, but then it was 3-5 on the backside.
Right.
Safe.
Oh, safe at first?
He beat it out.
Oh, did he? Okay, I'm looking on the backside of the play before it happened. So let me rewrite that. So it's a single for Adwaters using a speed on the big bounder, but 3-5 on the back end of the play. Warnock is nailed at third base. It was a great chance. I saw what he was trying to do there, read the play. He's got good speed, but great play by Costner, whipping it back across there. So Adwaters, the infield single. About 3 or 4 infield singles for Asheville today. Maddox right now the batter. He flew out to left field to finish off the second inning. Behind quickly here 0-2 to Bear. Adwaters takes off. Swing and a miss. It don't matter. That's strike number 3. Oh, again, there's only one out. I thought that was the third out. I apologize. So Maddox Wright goes down swinging. Zeke Adwaters going to get a Carolina-Packngo stolen base. First stolen base of the day for the Cardinals. I'm all sorts of turned around there. Sorry, folks. I thought there was 2 outs, but only 1 out as Atwaters did beat that one out at first base. Now back to the top and Braylon Thompson. Braylon 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. And Bear throws a little cutter there, hits the edge of the plate for a strike. Again, the sun finally dipping behind the horizon a little bit. Still got daylight, but a lot of that heat is off of us for the meantime. 4-3, your score. The Braves up on the Cardinals. Pruitt holding the runner Adwaters close at second, staying in his back pocket. 1-1 count now to Braylon Thompson.
You can do that with a left field.
Here's the delivery. Misses inside, so 2-1 count now.
It was in. He reached across his body. Got to look for that movement at this level.
So we're behind the plate, or excuse me, we're off to the side of the plate today, so not behind the plate, unable to see exactly where that ball is coming in. They're going to call a strike there, so curveball just comes back, puts the turn signal on, and clips the outside part of the plate, 2-2. And 2 outs here. Adwaters going nowhere. Foul ball here from Thompson.
Need this on a monitor so you can see it.
One day, start saving up money. We need those sponsors to get ourselves a video van.
I've thought about that. Getting a truck,
Get an actual
mini
video,
truck.
like an actual production van. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, with air
I'm guessing
conditioning.
that's probably about $30,000 investment for all the equipment and cameras and everything that ties into it.
I mean, if you bought a nice van, yeah, but I bet you could rig it up enough and put a window unit in something and have it work to where things are cool and all you got to do is run these cables.
That'd be something.
I'd be willing to do it.
Well, excuse me, swing. That goes off the knob of the bat at Braylon Thompson, so it's another foul ball, 3-2. Looked like he was doing the old Bryce Harper knob to the bat hitting drill there. So, yep, off the knob of the bat, no complaint from Braylon Thompson. He knew exactly what was going on, full count. And Thompson looking for some daylight out there, but he's going to go ahead and take ball 4. Say 1 line drive here, a CNI ground ball. Might tie this game up with the speed of Atwaters. So Suttles going to hustle down to talk to Coach Raby at third base for a minute. Coach Raby, new assistant coach at Freedom High School under new hire Sean Yamber. And Sean Yamber been assistant coach. Just a big influence on the Foothills baseball coming out of Burke County for years through his Foothills prospects team, and helped that drone team win several Western Highlands championships, but taking the job at Freedom next year, moving up to a bigger conference, that Northwestern Conference, and bringing Coach Raby with them. So after a little bit of a delay, 0-0 delivery here. Suttle's going to take strike one. Laid off the curveball, a little up in the zone, but enough of the strike zone for strike one. Bear delivers, going to miss low here. Good take by Suttles. So 2 hits in the inning here. That walk to Thompson was actually the first free pass of the game given up by Bear. He did hit a batter. Misses high here at the fastball, 2-1. And Bears worked 3 2/3 innings. He's allowed 3 runs, only 2 earned. 6 hits scattered, and the 1 walk. You can scatter those hits when you aren't walking anybody. Nice curveball there. Evens it up 2-2. 3 Ks in the game for Bear.
Your Suttles, you just got to poke it right here because the outfield's deep right now.
Yep. Ball high. Adwater's late jump. Why? I'm not sure why we're stealing there. Because that was ball 3, right? They didn't call that strike.
He called that a strike.
He did? So it's strike 3. It didn't matter?
That's what I thought.
They call strike 3 on that? Well, what in the heck was the call? Was it strike 3 or was he thrown out stealing? I mean, he's out stealing either way, but it don't count if he was strike 3. Struck him out? Okay. So they're going to say strike out. I thought it was a little high. So it doesn't matter. I don't like the runners going there either way. But that's the 4th K. So 4 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. So decent line here for Bear. Heading into the bottom of the 4th, it will be Pruitt and then back to the top in Okanowski. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, please visit our Patreon, patreon.com/BB University WNC. If you are a fan of Legion Baseball, you're definitely going to want to join soon because I'm getting ready to put our playoff preview up. It's going to feature write-ups on all 9 teams because there's only 1 team that's going to get booted, so it's kind of a pre-playoff preview. But it's $1 to join to get access to all that content and coverage, and then there's $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100 memberships at merchandise, and then I was also attached helping us build our scholarship fund, which we were able to raise $1,200 and give out 2 $600 scholarships this summer. So again, our Grand Slam and Home Run members, our philanthropic feeling ones, their monthly membership, half of it goes to building that and helping support Mountain and Foothills baseball. So again, join our Patreon. We saw Gaston Braves join the other day. Just said Gaston Braves. So I don't know if that's the whole team joining as once or so.
Game changer had that. They throwed him out as a steal.
They did call it a steal? But the umpire said strike 3? Yeah. So we're going to say strike 3 on the umpire. Oh, I'm the most unofficial book there is. So Pruitt up to the plate now. Pruitt flew out to lead off the 3rd inning, which ended up being an inning where they batted around. A lot of that damage done with 2 outs. The 3 runs in that inning, all unearned. So again, 3 innings of work has allowed the 4 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Pruitt 1-0 count. Again, Gaston holding on to a 4-3 lead, looking for some insurance. Ball high here. And I guess we're in Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance run territory, so any runs that Gaston are to tack on, we'll shout out Chad McMahon. It's been our insurance sponsor for several years now. Ground ball down the third base line, past the dive of Buchanan. It's only going to be a single, though, as Pruitt puts the brakes on. So it's the 5th hit allowed by Wright.
Batting number 1.
I'll bring Okanowski back up. Okanowski's actually 0 for 2, but reached on an E5. He was the second batter of the inning in the 3rd inning. Batting with 1 out, he reached on the E5, and that really was a catalyst for the rally. So he's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Wright delivers here. Squaring the bunt is Okanowski, but it zips back to the netting. Doesn't disrupt our camera 1, so that's
We're
good.
a little turn your head, guys, but we always talk about it where it's better than nothing. It's nice that even though we're on a net, we're not looking through a net.
Yep. Here's the bunt attempt again. Nope. Pulls back. Throw down to first, but quick snap to second base. They're going to call him safe. I guess Suttles missed the tag out there. So back pick by Aycock. Duvall put his glove down to make a tag. Realized that Pruitt wasn't there. Whipped it to second. Looked like the throw beat him. But good slide by Pruitt. It'll be a stolen base in the book. So a Carolina pack and go stolen base, helping him move from one base to the next. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stolen bases for the Gaston Braves already in this game. So Okanowski goes from squaring to bunt to potentially pushing a run across here. Runner in scoring position for him now. Again, nobody out. Delivery by Wright. He's going to square again. Puts the bunt down. Right back to right. He's going to look to third. Throw to first. Subtle steps on the bag. It'll be a sack bunt for Okanowski. 1 to 4 on the out. I'll bring Gavin Smith, the red hot Gavin Smith, to the plate. So smart play there by Coach Pastor.
You like that push bunt? Like,
well, you don't like it when it goes right back to the pitcher, but it worked out. And again, that sack bunt brought to you by the Brevard Blue Devils Athletic Booster Club, our sacrifice bunt sponsor, reminding you to make a sacrifice and give to your local boosters. Smith is 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch, an infield single, and 3 stolen bases, including a stolen base of home. That's good for 2 runs scored. So again, electric player, Gavin Smith.
so calling him Ricky Henderson.
Infield in here for the Cardinals. Pop foul, just enough legs to get out of play. So
Ricky would have had 6 already.
Ricky Henderson, the MLB all-time stolen base record holder. I wonder how many stolen bases he had in his Legion career. I'm sure that's somewhere. Unless they didn't have Legion where he grew up. But back then, that was the premier summer league, because I can only assume that Ricky Henderson played American Legion baseball, along with all the other great stars in the 90s, 80s, 70s, and 60s, and so on. Because American Legion baseball is over 100 years old. Great tradition in this country. So 3-1 count. Oh, and you know what that means when Coach Wise goes to talk to his batters, something crazy is about to happen on the base paths. So first time he went to talk to his batter, Smith stole home. The second time he went to talk to his batter, Smith stole third. Smith's at the plate now. Surely you can't steal first base.
This isn't banana ball.
But going from the windup and a runner on third, we'll see if Landon Wright has learned his lesson. Line drive down the left field line, hooks foul. 3-2 count incoming. So Pruitt doing his best fake and go right there and trying to get in the head of Wright. Getting some good chatter coming from the Gaston Braves dugout here. See if they can get inside the pitcher's head here. Time called here by Smith.
Both of them.
So the baseball gods
That's funny.
keeping Zeke Pruitt honest at third base, faking his steal, but then a line drive whipping over his head. Ball 4 low, so third time on base for Gavin Smith. The first and...
I knew he was going to do something like that.
Oh, okay. I know this play. So Gavin Smith runs out into establishes his own baseline. What he was trying to do is to get Landon Wright to run towards him and start the run down. That would have brought Pruitt off the bag. I've seen that play before Honestly, if you wanted to run that one even crazier, it is not illegal for Gavin Smith to just sprint out to right field and stand there because he's establishing his own base path. So that is the rule. Is like you establish your base path, your lead from wherever you want. So if he would have just took off into right field and stood there, that would not be an illegal play. He's not out of the base path yet until he commits to one. So if Wright were to start walking out there, he'd either have to go straight line back to first or straight line to second. That play's been used before in the past, not a lot. It was used, I think, in a Connecticut or Rhode Island state championship game years ago where the runner on first went all the way to right field, took his lead. The pitcher walked out there, and then that's what, the runner on third starts coming closer, and it created chaos. Now, the way you actually do that play, if you kids listen at home, this is how you actually break down that play. If you ever have a situation first and third where that runner on first just does something like Gavin Smith did, just establishes his lead somewhere crazy, what you do is you have your third baseman come over to the pitcher's mound. You give the third baseman the ball without anyone really seeing. You come together, and both of you walk towards the runners, not knowing which one has the ball. Obviously, the third baseman has the ball because you want to keep it closer to the run that's going to score. That eventually pushes the runners back to the bases they're supposed to go to, and that's how you get out of it. Now, probably got to give up second base if that happens, but I think the way you would do that is if you're the third baseman, if they make that move towards second, you could probably make that throw there. But again, nice job. Because like I said, every time Evan Wise comes down to talk to a batter, something crazy is happening on the base path.
Well, that's just baseball knowledge for Coach Wise, and that's just having that guy on
Do
your
we
staff.
give him a stolen base for that?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a stolen base.
That's another stolen. It's
It's not defensive indifference.
Yeah, it's 4 stolen bases now for Gavin Smith. So another mound visit resulting in a pitching change here. So mound visit is brought to you by Cedar Springs Baptist Church. And our new pitcher is going to be Jackson Pavone. Pavone, very steady. Let's give you the final line here on right. So 5 hits. So 3 innings. 3 1/3 innings. I'm sorry. So 3 1/3 innings. Allows 4 runs, 1 earned. Again, he's responsible for the 2 base runners out there, so that could change. 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. So unable to escape the 4th inning here. Jackson Pavone, your new pitcher, bounces one here to Aycock. He stays steady, blocking back there. Pavone has found himself in a lot of pitching situations this year, starting, relief, closing, very steady arm. He's a rising sophomore at NC Wesleyan, graduated Reynolds in 2025. Pavone going to see if he can help the Cardinals work out of this jam. Again, down 1 run, not trying to give up any more insurance runs. So landing right on the hook for the decision right now.
I think House Power Big Swing at the Game candidate's about to happen.
And we're due for a big swing. 3-0. So first base open.
Green light.
They don't.
1 out. Brandon Washington.
We got Stafford on deck. No, you got Costner on deck. Costner had the single last time. I say you play for base runners right here. Put the ball in their court because 3-1 versus 3-0. It ain't a big deal. There's your 3-1 count. Now it's green light. Washington singled in the first, popped out in the third. There's the delivery from Pavone. He's going to miss low, ball 4, so 5-pitch walk. And the bases are loaded for Trey Costner.
They call that a gentleman's walk.
A 5-pitch walk is a gentleman's walk?
Is it?
It is now.
It is now.
We're just going to start coining that as if it's been said since Legion baseball started 100 years ago.
I'll start calling that.
The old gentleman's walk. It's like, what is that? Yeah, you don't know about the gentleman's walk? The 5-pitch walk? Not handing it to you, but it's gentleman, I don't know.
Well, it's got to be a 5-pitch walk after 3-0.
Interesting. Okay.
You know, gentleman sweep.
So not 0-1, then 4 straight. It's got to be 3-0, 3-1.
Like gentleman sweep.
Okay.
Like when you go up 3-0 in a series and then you give up the one game because it's a gentleman thing to do to give that.
Yeah, give him a little bit of hope. Pavone delivers. Just missed. So Costner at Guilford Tech started his collegiate career at Erskine, but realized quickly that JUCO route was the best route for him. And he was a very strong contributor for Coach Wharton up there at Guilford. He's bought into the JUCO route now. Nice curveball there from Pavone. 1-2. It's a big pitch coming up here from Pavone. Strikeout, a ground ball, something here. Costner, not the fleetest of foot, so a routine double play ball could help the Cardinals escape here with no damage. Pop-up foul behind home plate. So good fight here by Costner. And some quality at-bats in this inning with the singles and the base on balls by Smith. The one by Gavin Smith, definitely a quality at-bat. So again, all our quality at-bats brought to you by Quality Home Consultants, protecting your home base. Costner lifts one up into right. Thompson over. This should get the job done and score one. Throw comes in. Smith going to move up to third base on the backside as well. So sac fly. RBI for Costner.
Now, batting number 16, Parker Stafford.
That's Pruitt coming in to score the 5th run for the Braves. That is a Chad McMahon State Farm insurance run. Again, Chad McMahon serving Western North Carolina. Like a good neighbor, Chad is there for WNC. Bring Parker Stafford to the plate. Parker a K in the walk. Maybe he's going for all 3 of the true outcomes. Could be due for a home run here. Strike, throw down. Oh, they're going to give him the rundown here. So Smith, yet again, stealing another base. We'll see if they can complete the out here. So Washington caught stealing, but not before Gavin Smith able to steal home on the front end of that. So nice job by Gaston to steal another run. And here is a crazy stat, folks. 5 stolen bases for Gavin Smith in this game. Holy cow. So Stafford will be your batter when we come back in the 5th inning. But for now, 2 walks, a single, a sac fly, a sac bunt, and a caught stealing. Let's see here. Let's do the line for Pavone here. So Pavone gives up a walk, records 2 outs, gives up no hits yet. So, all right. So score is 6-3 heading into the top of the 5th inning. And it's going to be Ty Aycock, Brady Duvall, and Alex Hanna due up. So game moving along a little bit. At least the heat, the worst part of the heat is past us. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight again for the Papas and Beer Presents American Legion Baseball Streaming Series. Again, if you're up in Hendersonville, Papas and Beer located on Asheville Highway. Fine cuisine. Went in there last week, brought the kids in, had a delicious burrito with California-themed Mexican cuisine. So next time you're up in Hendersonville, stop by Papas and Beer. And let's thank our 5th inning sponsor, Atlantic Bay Mortgage and Jennifer Duvall. Atlantic Bay Mortgage and Jennifer Duvall are proud sponsors of American Legion Post 70 and the American Legion Streaming Series broadcast. Do you want a mortgage lender that knows how to win? Atlantic Bay hits a grand slam with a smooth loan process, products for your unique needs, and an outstanding service that treats you like an MVP long after the closing table. If a new home or refinance is in your game plan, call Atlantic Bay and Jennifer Duvall today. Thank you, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, our 5th inning sponsor. Well, maybe some of y'all out in the chat can maybe give us some updates on other Legion games out there tonight. Again, there ain't no max preps for Legion. The best thing we got is Richard Walker. He was at the plate when the inning ended, so he's batting in the 5th inning, so that's just empty.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was-
Hunter looking at my box score,
I
wondering
was
why there's a
just
big old
confused.
nothing next to Parker Stafford from last inning. I'm like, well, he was at the plate when that inning ended.
There's all the crazy base running antics of that last inning.
So Bears Day is done. I believe this is this Brody? Oh, ground ball off Okanowski. He's still got time to pick it up and throw it across for out number 1. Brody Crawford, is that who this is? Where's the lineup card? See if number 5. I believe it's Brody Crawford, but final line for Bear. He goes 4 innings, gives up 3 runs. 2 of those runs are earned.
Keenan Helton.
Oh, is that Helton pitching? Okay, so Keenan Helton, your next pitcher. We'll give you some info on Keenan here in a minute. So 1 out here. Duvall at the plate. He's going to take ball 1. So 6 hits. Yep. So Canton Bear goes 4 innings, gives up 3 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and collects 4 Ks. He's in line right now with the decision to be the winning pitcher, but we'll see if this score holds 6-3. New pitcher is Keenan Helton, recently graduated from Stuart Kramer High School. He's going to be playing at Wake Tech next year. Ground ball to Okanowski. Feels this one a little cleaner. Throws it across. And he's got 2 assists in the inning. Now Alex Hanna to the plate. But Helton, left-handed swinger, left-handed pitcher. Going to be playing for Coach Russ. Got a few Wake Tech guys in the game today. Brandon Washington, Tayden Dawkins, another left-handed arm in that bullpen. Wake Tech made it to the World Series, the D2 JUCO World Series this year in Oklahoma. So a lot of talent coming through the JUCO pipeline over in Raleigh. And with there's not a lot of Western JUCOs, so the West Division actually includes Wake Tech in Region 10. And now they're actually going to include Fayetteville in the Western Division. It shows you that we really need some JUCOs to open up out here because they just opened up Carteret on the West Coast. They just closed down Southwestern Virginia, which was part of the West. So what do you say, Isothermal, Blue Ridge Community College, or AB Tech? Somebody open some JUCOs out here in Western North Carolina. We need it. Maybe Wilkes County could open back up. Just got word that Lee's McRae going to start a program. That'll be Division II baseball up in, what do they call it, Banner Elk?
I think that's where it is, yeah. Coach Suttles. No relation to
Donnie
Liam.
Suttles. So former Western North Carolina Catamount, or Western Carolina Catamount, and also famed coach at TC Robertson back in the day. I think he was the state championship coach when Cameron Maven's crew was coming through. So Alex Hanna now, full count. Keenan Helton trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here. Delivers. Fouled off by Hanna. Again, Hanna, rising sophomore at Rockingham Community College. Limited to DH duties this summer as he's recovering from a slap tear, but a very versatile ball player when healthy. Can play all over the infield and outfield. Full count delivery again. Ball 4. It's a quality at bat for Alex Hanna and Quality Home Consultants, sponsor of all our QABs. So 1 out base runner now, and Grant Buchanan to the plate. Buchanan 1 for 2, scored a run in the second inning. Scored the first run of the game for the Cardinals. 6-3, the Gaston Braves lead here in the top of the 5th. Buchanan hit his first Legion home run versus Rutherford County the other day. Swing and a foul back into the netting here. Shaking our camera just a bit, but still fine, I hope, to your standards.
Base to base. Not level. I ain't messing with it.
So short lead there from Hanna versus the lefty. So if y'all's primary leads are going to be that short, secondary leads got to be tough, especially trying to get a run across here, down 6-3.
Just can't get picked off with 2 outs.
Can't get picked off. Lefties can be tough at times.
Take an extra step and be a one-way lead.
Another foul ball back in the netting from Buchanan. Falls behind 1-2. Again, Gaston Braves helping host the state championship this year, state playoffs, I should
State
say.
tournament.
Going to be down at Sims Park. I think they're playing games at different places, right? Sims
Well,
Park.
the state tournament's only a Sims Legion.
Foul tip into the glove. That'll be strike 3. So 4 to the plate, just the walk. No runs. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, it's going to be Parker Stafford up at the plate again. And Gavin McElhenney and Canton Bear to follow him. We'll see if Bear is still in the game. I did not see if he was out in the field there, with Helton maybe batting for him. We're going to encourage you all to stay connected with us on social media. So if you're watching the YouTube channel right now, click that like and subscribe button. If you subscribe, you'll never miss a never miss a Legion broadcast. Again, our last regular season broadcast this Thursday. Like us on Facebook. Facebook following is up over 1,500 members now, so that's grown a lot in the last couple of months. And follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're up to about 6,000 members there. That's the big college recruiting social media, in my opinion. So all you kids out there need to get an X account. Don't be spending any money on any recruiting websites. And then Instagram. Kids like it. I think it's kind of weird, but, BB University WNC, that's our handle. Go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, and then our Patreon, like we said. And our website is baseballu.org.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, Robert Ballard shouting us out on the old Facebook. Says, thank you, American Legion Post 70, for nominating me as Veteran Hero of the Game. This was so unexpected. I'm humbled for the kind thoughts and comments the announcers made. Well, you're welcome, Robert. We appreciate you, appreciate your service. And I think it'd be good for our young generation to realize that veterans are all around us. They're teachers. They're in the hospitals. Like a friend of ours who might be our Hero of the Game Thursday is a VA. He works in the VA hospital after his service time. Business owners, business leaders. So again, when their service is done in the military, their service is never done in the community. So thank you to all our veterans that serve in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, and the new one to me, I was learning about the other day, the Space Force.
Well, a lot of the guys who serve in our area, you think like, oh, only you go serve, you do 30 years, 20 years, you retire. No, these guys go 4 years active, 2 years inactive, then go to work. And that's what a lot of people have done. And they're, like you said, teachers, coaches, bus drivers, doctors, nurses, you name it.
There's been conversations of like, should
Police
we be like
officers.
other countries and maybe start having mandatory military service, And again, I think on the lip service to that at first sounds a little harsh, but you think about just there's so much the military does beyond combat, right? Think about the Army Corps of Engineers. Think about medics. Think about those that run the administrative sides of things.
The National Guard when Hurricane Helene came through.
Yep. So it's just one of those things where like you don't need to serve for 30 years to serve your country. Like when you're young, if that's where you want to put your time, and it can change your life. That changed the whole history of my family tree when my grandfather joined the Navy out of high school, got the GI Bill, was able to go to college, get a degree. His kids got an education. His kids were able to afford an education. Because my grandfather, again, you may have heard me say this on past broadcasts, but essentially an orphan, so changing the entire direction of his family tree, the generational compass, essentially, just because he made the sacrifice to serve his country for a few years. And again, my grandfather only did his 4 or 5 years like Robert, and I say only because it's a huge sacrifice, but never stopped talking about his service, the memories he made from it. Again, this is a farm kid from Minnesota, stuck on a farm out in Podunk. I think it was Cambridge. I forget the name of the town, but like outside of Rochester. And he got to see the whole world, the Mediterranean Sea, he got to see Asia. There's a lot that he got to experience that he would never, ever, ever, he would probably still been on that farm his whole life. So Parker Stafford, a strikeout victim here, and McElhenney rips one into left center field, chased down by Warnock. McElhenney around first. They're going to make a throw. Oh, had trouble getting out of the glove out there, so it's going to be a stand-up double. So that is a BF Stepp Electrical extra base hit, putting a charge into one. And I believe the first extra base hit for the Braves. So we may have ourselves a House of Power big swing of the game. Still a lot of game left, though. We'll see. So Canton Bear to the plate. He remains in the game. Not sure what position he may have moved to or if someone had been removed for him. Bear is 0 for 1, has a walk to his name. Currently the pitcher of record for the win, if this score or this lead were to stay. And Bear, a graduate of Lincoln Charter. Lincoln Charter, an interesting school down there in Lincoln County, you know.
We visited this
Yep.
couple of weeks, I guess, a month
We
ago.
dropped the bat off for Reed Osborne. It's CamWood Bat.
Multiple campuses.
Yep, multiple campuses. It's just interesting because, you know, all the drama in Lincoln County with transfers and private schools and charter schools and who goes to what, you know. So we saw Lincoln Charter at East Lincoln. That was a blowout. Lincoln Charter took that one easily. And then saw Lincoln Charter at South Caldwell. South Caldwell coming up big in that one behind Nate Hall. We'll see Nate and some of those Caldwell boys on Thursday. Jackson Pavone delivers. Oh, that ball is going to get past Acock. Tempted to put a pass ball down on that one, as good as Acock's been in this game. So 1 out. McElhenney on third base now.
Let's see if the other Gavin can make a steal of home.
I don't know if he's got the same speed as Smith. Different tool set there. And Pavone, this is his second inning of work after relieving Wright in the fourth. He worked 2/3 scoreless. Gave up the walk, the sac fly, and then the runner caught stealing under his belt so far. 2 Ks in this inning for him as he strikes out Bear. Now Kalmbach has been a little quiet at the plate today, 0 for 2. Ended the second with a K, flew out to finally finish the third inning as they sent 9 to the plate. And Kalmbach did a good job managing the South Point pitching staff this year. Made a deep run into the playoffs under Coach Wise in his first season with the Red Raiders. Kalmbach ahead 2-0 here. So Pavone, usually a good mix, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. Works more up and down than left and right. Tall release point, steady eyes. He makes good separation without a long stride. Still creates some separation. There's a curveball for a strike. 2-1 now. That ball is going to get to the backstop. It's going to be a wild pitch, and another run is going to score. So wild pitch allows McElhenney to score. So a K, the double, another K, the wild pitch. Pass balls and wild pitches here in this inning allow McElhenney to circle the bases. So if I have this right, I think we have 9 high schools represented here for Gaston. So again, Kalmbach heading down to first base, but we have South Point, we have Highland Tech, East Gaston, East Lincoln, Lake Norman Charter, West Mecklenburg, Caribbean, and Stuart Kramer and Lincoln Charter, all represented here on the Gaston Braves roster. Got a Cedar Springs Baptist Mound visit here for you. Is Coach Decker out there trying to put some faith in his pitcher, Jackson Pavone. But if you need some faith in your life on the spiritual side, head down to the church, Cedar Springs Baptist Church in Zirconia off of Green River Road. Open Sundays.
I'd hope so. No change.
So Pavone's going to stay in the game. I think we looked it up last year, but I think that is an earned run for Pavone since it is a wild pitch. I think that's something we learned last year. And allowed the double. It's allowed 2 walks. Struck out 2. Ground ball. See if it has eyes for the middle. It does. So single for Pruitt. That's his second hit of the game. Kalmbach heads up a base.
A lot of singles today.
Might have a pinch runner for Kalmbach out there too. Can't tell if they put a courtesy runner in for him. Danny Okanowski. They call him Danny O apparently. A little bit easier pronunciation. Okanowski is 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. Has scored a run.
Spelled wrong.
They spelled his name wrong in the Gaston program here, so we got it right, I think, on our broadcast. So 7-3, Gaston with the lead here. Ground or curveball in the into the ground, blocked up by Aycock. 2 outs here. Okanowski's the one they're going to want to get out with the red-hot Gavin Smith on deck. Timeout called here by Mr. Okanowski. Swing and a miss there. Again, this Gaston Braves team, it may not look it on the surface level with that record, but it's a strong team, maybe one of the stronger teams they've had since those quality teams we saw come through in, 2014? They finished 27-5, state runner-up. 2019, they advanced to the state tournament. Deep in the hole here, Maddox Reichen to try to make a play. It's going to be an infield single for Okanowski. So bases loaded again. Say bases loaded a lot tonight for these Braves. Yeah, back in 2019, they made another state run. They're also the only Area 4 team to record 2 separate streaks of 10 consecutive playoff opening series victories. Just swinging a ground ball by Smith. Wright throws it to second for the easy out, so fielder's choice by Smith ends it. But not before we see a double, a single, 2 singles, a walk, the wild pitch, 1 run in, heading into the the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Warnock, Adwaters, and Maddox Wright due up. Well, doing my math here a little bit. So Pavone's gone 1 2/3, giving up the 1 run. I think it's earned because it's a wild pitch. He did it. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 Ks recorded. Keenan Helton's done his 1 inning of work. He's picked up the walk and a K. And, let's tell you a little bit about your 6th inning sponsor. Thank you to the AC Reynolds Rockets Booster Club for sponsoring the 6th inning. AC Reynolds Rockets reminding you to help grow your local baseball programs and athletic departments by supporting the boosters. Communities that support their youth will see their local graduates lift off as they enter into adulthood. So thank you, AC Reynolds Rockets Booster Club. Need a strong boosters club. We had St. Stephen's Boosters president on earlier in the high school season to talk a little bit about the importance of it and what they've been able to raise. I know Will Lindsay does a lot of work trying to raise money over at the Brevard Boosters. Every high school's got a booster. Some baseball teams lucky enough to have their own boosters. But if you want nice things, unfortunately, it takes a lot of those green pieces of paper. So if you're philanthropic, you've done well for yourself, and sports have been good to you in your life, then hey, give back. What's a couple mil?
I don't know. Never seen it.
All right. Down to the final 6 outs here for Asheville. So they got to start making some moves here. Asheville kind of sputtering into the end of the season here. Have to try to pick up if they don't pick up this W, they got to try to pick one up Thursday, try to get some momentum before jumping into the playoffs next week. Again, playoffs start July 5th. First round is a 5-game series. It's hosted by the actual Legion teams. There's a home field advantage. They go back and forth each game. And then second round, third round. I think the third round could be short if Gaston's in it. If Gaston is in the third round, it'll be a 1-game final. If it's not Gaston, I think they have to go to 5.
But Gaston hosting will be playing a playing game if they aren't in the Area 4 finals, which is interesting. So both top 2, unlike last year, to where I guess maybe Cherryville would have got a playing game. I don't know, but
Cherryville got an automatic bid though, right?
Yeah, and we played 1 game, so I don't know if they didn't end up winning against Shelby, would they have got a playing game, and there would have been 9 teams. Interesting question. Maybe ask Ned.
Warnock 2 for 2 tonight. Scored a run in that second inning. 2 singles. Ripped one off the pitcher Bear's backside. Not his bare backside, but Canton Bear's backside. In that 4th inning. Warnock in left field tonight. Swing. Foul tip flies back into the netting. 0-2 is the count. And second inning of work for Helton. Helton sandwiched a walk in between 3 outs in the 5th. Hasn't allowed a hit yet. Fly ball, hooking, slicing, I should say, foul down the right field line. Do this 0-2 pitch again. Ian Helton, part of that Stuart Kramer team that beat Pisgah in the 3rd round. Finally got Pisgah's goat, or I should say Haywood County's goat, after Tuscola knocked out Stuart Kramer the couple seasons prior. And went up there and faced Pisgah, came away with a win. It was only by a run. It was a close one. I think Pisgah led in that game for most of it. Stuart Kramer, I believe, knocked out the next round afterwards. They'll be returning some decent underclassmen talent. So Warnock able to work this count back to 2-2. Delivery from Helton way outside, full count coming. Again, getting some production out of the bottom of the lineup today. Adwater's on deck also 2 for 2. He's knocked in 2 ribbies in this game. Full count delivery. There it is, right down the pipe. Strike 3 looking. So second K recorded for Helton.
Now batting number 3, Zeke Atwater.
Zeke Atwater's to the plate. Doubled in 2 runs in the 2nd. Had a single and a stolen base in the 4th. Kind of some controversy on how the 4th inning ended. They called strike 3 on Suttles. Looked like it was a high pitch, but the runners were off on the play. Atwater's, the throw would beat him with plenty of time to be out at 3rd, but the inning already concluded with the umpire calling strike 3 on the batter in that 4th inning. Oh, 1 pitch coming from Helton, who's working exclusively from the stretch. Gotta like that. Big fan of the stretch pitchers. So just like Warnock, Adwater's behind 0-2 to Helton. Warnock was able to work the count full. We'll see what Adwater's approach yields. Again, long drive down the mountain today. I think it was the longest road trip of the Legion season we've taken. Gone to Cherryville, gone to Burke. Did we go anywhere else? I think that was it. Most of the others were home games. Home games for Asheville, I should say. Again, trying to give equal coverage to Area 4 the best we can, but always more convenient to follow Post 70 around, being that we are mountains and they're the only mountain team. Next closest would be Rutherford County team, also part of Region 8 for the high school season. Ball high here to Adwaters, 1-2 count.
Only team we didn't see was Gastonia Post 23 because the doubleheader was at Gastonia. And we had home games before and after.
Ground ball, not a lot of heat behind it. Oh, but Stafford couldn't handle it either way. It's going to be an E5. So a little bit of luck here for the Cardinals late in the game. We'll see if they can capitalize. Got a message here from Heath Jenkins. You may remember him as Jaden's dad from Lincoln Charter. Says Cherryville's up 7-3 on Shelby in the bottom of the fourth. He sent that through at about 8:32. So, Mr. Heath, if you're listening, keep us informed on those updates. Again, congratulations to Jaden Jenkins, recent commit to Caldwell. So I think it's 8-3. So 8-3 right now. Post 100 over Shelby. Hunter pulled up the game changer here. Got a pinch hitter here. It's Boone Carver batting for Maddox right. Let's see if it can yield some results. Maddox was 0 for 2 on the evening. Carver falls behind here 0-2. So, Helton here, been strong in relief. Pop fly in the left center field. McElhenney in. He can't find it. Nobody can find it. That's going to land. I say with only one out, Adwaters had to wait and see. We're going to give Carver a single on that because it was an assist to the outfield, or excuse me, the lights. And if you've noticed, not all the lights are on here at East Gaston High School. There's enough, but there's 1, 2, and I see any others. There's 2 light poles where the lights are not on. I don't know if that had any effect on McElhenney or Smith out there. That's going to be a single in the books for Boone Carver. Bring Braylon Thompson up for a 4th-time. Braylon walked in the 4th. 0 for 2 on the day. This is where the Cardinals got to find some muscle. We talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the year. I write about this a little bit in the guide to Area 4 Legion Baseball. It's going to be coming out on the Patreon. You definitely want to join to read that. We talked about how the pitching was strong with Asheville this year, and there's a lot of offense, but a different type of offense. It's more speed and scrappiness, on base percentage, line drives. And last year we had Caden Davidson and the boomstick, right? You know, some big bats like Colt Nelson, Micah Simpson, Evan Connor. So just a different type of offense, not as explosive, but it can be pesky. But when they're not getting on base and they're not making things happen with their feet, you get scores like this, 7-3. So Braylon Thompson will try to tap into some of that grit, that OBP prowess that he has. 3-1 here, and he's 1 ball away from a gentleman's walk. Here's a delivery from Helton. And that is strike 2, so we will not have a gentleman's walk tonight from Braylon Thompson. Again, brand new term that we've coined today that at the same time seems like it would have lasting power of 100 years, like Post or like Legion Baseball. Strike 3, Thompson goes down swinging. 3rd K collected by Helton. Again, Helton's been strong. The only base runners have been the walk to Hannah in the 5th inning, the E5, which ain't on him, and then the bloop, can't see it, single by Boone Carver. So 1 hit through 1 2/3, 0 runs, the 1 walk, and 3 Ks collected. But his day is over. Coach Passour, Passour, I always get his name wrong. Going to go to the bullpen here, and this is number 24 coming out to pitch, and Who do we got for number 24? Oh, some big news coming out of West North Carolina. Was that Caden? Caden Davidson. So, again, you may have seen last week, Caden, former Post 70 stud, had committed to Wake Forest after a huge season at Gaston. Just decommitted this week as there's coaching changes at Wake Forest, I believe. So, Caden just committed to be a Florida Gator. How about it? It is so hard for non-Florida players to get into Florida. It shows you how good someone like Caden Davidson has to be. I still think his name might get called in the draft this summer. But congratulations, Caden. Going to be a Gator. I know Hunter hates to see that.
No, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Send him down to the SEC.
How much you
We
want
need some
him to
more SEC guys here. TC's had a few SEC guys. Garrett Blaylock went to Vandy, then transferred to Georgia. So good. I'll go chirp him next year.
All right, who's our pitcher here? Let me find that lineup from.
You remember back in.
So that is Caden. Oh, so that is Caden Root. So I was told his arm had been hurting. So don't mind me and my false reports in the beginning of the game. Caden Rudisill out to pitch. So I guess his arm is feeling a lot better. Glad to see that. So Helton goes 1 2/3, gives up 0 runs, the 1 hit, the 1 walk, the 3 Ks. He is responsible for the runners on base. If Adwaters scores, it's an unearned run. Actually, any runs that score at this point would be unearned because of that. E5 innings should be over. So, Rudisill. So, Rudisill going to go ahead and try to collect that final out the Braves need here in the 6th. So, congratulations to Caden Davidson. It's a good day for Western North Carolina baseball. Hope you can handle that heat. I can barely handle this heat down here in the foothills. It's going to be burning up down there in, what was that, Gainesville? Gainesville, Rock City. So Liam Suttle's going to try to extend this inning. Suttle's 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored a run in the 3rd. Reached via the E4 and then scored on an E4. So how about that? Rudisill delivers. Big fan of what we saw from Rudisill the last 2 seasons. We've seen his velo climb into the high 8s. He's going to CVCC next year.
What is it?
Again, South Point grad. Part of a strong Red Raiders staff. So I think we're having a little bit of trouble with camera 1 again, so you're going to have to deal with our camera 3 spot for a minute. Sorry, so I'm going to go back into radio mode. So Rudisill 1-1 here, again, bringing the heat. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Again, Adwaters at 2nd, Boone, Carver at 1st. Suttle's your hitter. Quick look from Rudisill, goes to the curveball. Nice pitch, clips the outside of the corner. It's going to be 1-2 now to Suttle's. Again, Suttle's 2027, uncommitted, fresh off of a state games appearance, starting to gain some attention on both sides of the ball. Good pitcher, good fielder, starting to swing the stick pretty good. A couple multi-hit games the last few weeks here for the Cardinals. Rudisill sets, looks at the runner Adwaters, delivers, goes to the curveball again, gets strike 3, swinging, inning over. So 1 batter, 1 out. So a 1/3 of an inning right now for Rudisill. He gets the K. Final line for Helton. Again, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 Ks. So I guess they call that a hold in the books. And then Rudisill, I guess that will be, I mean, if he can close this game now, that'll be 4 outs he'll have gotten. So he actually is in line for the save. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the Braves are going to be sending Washington, Costner, and Stafford. They're 3, 4, 5 hitters to the plate. Let's go ahead and take a second to thank our in-game sponsors. Again, thank you to our extra base hit sponsor, BF Stepp Electrical Company, putting a charge into one. Our sacrifice bunt sponsor, Blue Devil Athletic Booster Club. Make a sacrifice. Give to your local boosters. Our stolen base sponsor, Carolinapackngo, helping you move from one base to the next. Our insurance run sponsor, Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Chad McMahon is there for Western North Carolina. Our big swing of the game sponsor, House of Power, built for serious athletes. Our quality home consultants, our quality at bat sponsor, Quality Home Consultants, protecting your home base. Our health and availability sponsor, Southeastern Physical Therapy, making sure you're good to go. And our RBI sponsor, Western North Carolina Driving School, knowing how to drive runs in. So new pitcher here is going to be Brady Duvall. Jackson Pavone works 1 2/3 innings, gives up 1 run, I believe earned since it was a wild pitch, on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 Ks. So Duvall here could be his only inning of work if these Cardinals cannot regain a lead or tie this game. Again, Landon Wright on the hook for the loss, and Canton Bear in line for the win. If they can finish this out, the Braves, that is. All right, so it's going to be a pinch hitter here for Washington. It's going to be Helton. He's going to square to bunt, pushes it, foul. Where's that lineup card or lineup card? I want to see if number 5. Yep, that is Keenan Helton. So Helton stayed in the game. He's hitting for Washington. So Washington's day is done. He was 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. And Washington, the East Lincoln grad, heading to Wake Tech. So Helton, first at bat of the game, came in and pitched very well. 1 2/3, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Now trying to do something with a stick. Duvall delivers to the lefty. Again, left on left action here. Then we encourage you to stay tuned after the game for the Papas and Beer post-game show. We'll be going over the game summaries, the box scores, and doing some post-game interviews and selecting our player of the game. Hit it hard, but nice play by Buchanan there. Snag it for out number 1. So 0 for 1 for Helton.
Now, batting number 17.
Now Trey Costner in the plate. Costner 1 for 2 with a RBI single and a sac fly RBI. Also has a stolen base and a run to his name. We got to start thinking about a player of the game here. It's a very even box score. Line drive foul here by Costner. Swing and a miss. Big swing there. So Duvall working from the windup. Swing, line drive foul the other way.
On deck circle to on deck circle instead of foul pole to foul pole.
So 0-2 delivery here, come from Duvall again. Big lefty. Delivers to the big righty. Pop flying to right field. See if Thompson finds it. Yep, right to him there. So can of corn. Costner's day.
Now, batting number 15.
1 for 3. 2 RBIs, a run, stolen base, sac fly. So productive day for Costner with the 2 ribbies. Parker Stafford up now. 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 Ks. Ground ball through the 5-5 hole. So past the dive of
Now, batting number 9.
So is that
Gavin
Boone Carver over there at
McMahon.
third now? So first base hit for Stafford. His line now improved, 1 for 3 with a walk. Gavin McElhenney up now. McElhenney, he's a candidate for today's player of the game, too. He is 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs and a run scored. So we'll keep his in mind, or his name nearby. Gavin Smith, 1 for 2. Not super flashy, but it's the walk, the hit by pitch, the 3 runs, and the 5 stolen bases. So he's probably going to be a candidate again. So that's a name we're getting used to here in Area 4 play. Ball out here, 1-1 count. Tried to backpick it here, Aycock did, but he bounced it, and it's going to fly down the right field line. That's going to be a 2-base. Oh, nope, Stafford's going to put the brakes on. So E1 on the throw-in, or E2, sorry, on the back pick allows Stafford to move up to second base. So runner in scoring position now for Gavin McElhenney. And McElhenney, the lone Caribbean community representative here. It looks like we're having camera problems again with camera 1, so bear with us. Going back on the radio voice. Good pitch, off speed at the bottom of the zone. It's going to even it up here 2-2. So Duvall, after recording 2 quick outs, trying to give the Cardinals a scoreless inning. They've given up runs in 3 of the 5 innings, or excuse me, 4 of the 5 innings so far. Strike 3 looking. So a single, and that's it. So no runs, 1 hit, no walks, the 1K, Duvall, clean inning. Heading into the top of the 7th and maybe the final inning. It's going to be Ty Aycock, Brady Duvall, and Alex Hanna to the plate. So we'll start tabulating a few more totals here. You want to do our 7th inning read while I do the let's get some of these totals going here. So score sits 7-3. I believe Rudisill will be making his way out to the mound. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Who's picking up that ball? Is it going to be Gavin Smith? So Rudisill just goes the 1/3 of an inning, collects the K, and nothing else. Faced just the 1 batter. Now Gavin Smith in the pitch. So how about it? Kid does everything.
For you high school and college pitchers, you're trying to make the next step in your player development. Nova X Kinetics is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several West North Carolina pitchers in the last few seasons and helped make them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you are looking to make strides in your pitching performance, get with Coach Payne at Nova X Kinetics ASAP, offering in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova X Kinetics.
I don't know
Old
what big
data,
news.
Old school grit.
I'll say I don't know what big news Anthony Payne had, but he was trying to call me and send me a message saying like he's got some big news. So I don't know what that means, but looking forward to talking to him. We'll see what that's all about. Trying to get some totals tabulated here for you. We'll be ready to shoot through those in the post game. Let's see here. 1. Okay. I think we're ready to roll here. Man, player of the game. So if I had to break it down here, let's see. So McElhenney, what you got?
I got the Gaston Braves about to make this a 3-game winning streak versus Asheville Post 70. And going to turn it into 8 of the last 11, currently 7 of the last 10.
Leading off for
Asheville took game 1 last year, but game 2 was a forfeit while they were up 12-10, and then they took 2 of the 5 in the quarterfinals back in 2024.
So Gavin Smith in the pitch. Kid can do it all. Again, the George Mason commit. Recent grad from South Point. So here's our best line so far. You got Gavin Smith, 1 for 2 with a walk, hit by pitch, 3 runs, 5 stolen bases. You got Trey Costner, 1 for 3 with 2 ribbies and a run. You got Gavin McElhenney, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs, and a run. No, and Zeke Pruitt, 2 for 3 with a run and a stolen base. So tough decisions here. Backside laser beam is going to hang up out there for Costner. Or no, who is that out there? That's not Washington anymore. I'm not sure who they moved out there, but lines out to right field. So final line for Aycock is 1 for 4. Duvall to the plate now. He's 0 for 3. Right. Well, Gavin Smith or Gavin McElhenney. McElhenney did have a two RBIs in the 3rd inning that ended up pushing across the go-ahead runs. So I'm kind of leaning towards McElhenney. We'll talk about it in the post game. Again, love what Gavin Smith's doing, but he's player of the week, player of the game. This kid's collecting all the awards. So we'll see if Asheville can put a few runners on here, try to make it interesting. And Smith brings some heat. Good athlete. Probably not a pitcher in college, but, you know, a lot of times in high school, Legion, your best athletes are your pitchers. Again, we thank y'all for sticking with us tonight, especially through the heat, the camera issues. Last broadcast is Thursday at Asheville, Caldwell versus Asheville. It's going to be a hot one there, but let's hope we can keep some of the heat off the cameras for our final broadcast of the year. Maybe a little cooler up the mountain. Off the glove Smith over the Okanowski, sorry. So technically that'll go into the books as a 1-4-3. Finishes the day 0 for 4 for Brady DeBall. And I bring Alex Hanna to the plate, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a walk. But it's going to be a pinch hitter here, it's going to be Jackson Pavone hitting for Hanna. So Hanna's day is done, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a walk. Remind me, if we're going to pick McElhenney as the player of the game, then we need to get a picture of him. So I'm not sure if we got one of them out there in the last game. I think he was playing left field in the last game as well, so or DH him. So we're going to have to get a picture of him. I think there's a part of me that wants Gavin Smith to take it again, but I'm looking back at the box score, and Gavin McElhenney's 2 RBI single in the 3rd pushed the 3rd and 4th runs across. Those were the difference makers. Then his double in the 5th, scoring on the wild pitch, was a big insurance run. And we like to spread the love here at Baseball University. So you got his info. I'll put his line down. You got his name?
Yeah, what year?
He graduated this year, so he's a 2026. He was the left fielder. What number was he wearing tonight? Number 9. And we're going to say his name right, Gavin McElhenney. Hot fly here, and this could do it. So settling under it out there in center field. I think that is Helton. He hauls it in for the final out of this game. Gaston on a roll. So final score 7-3. We got some totals for you here for the Asheville Cardinals. They dropped to 12-8, 9-6 overall. 3 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. Gaston Braves improved to 9-9, 9-7 in Area 4 play. Scored 7 runs on 9 hits and made 3 errors. Looking back through this game in the first inning, excuse me, I should say the top of the second, Asheville actually, nope, let's start over, folks. In the first inning, bottom of the first, the Braves struck first on a double steal where Gavin Smith stole a run to go up 1-0. In the second, it was the 2 RBI by Zeke Adwaters, knocking in Buchanan and Warnock that reached on 2 out infield singles. The Cardinals added a third in the third inning, scoring on a pass ball. Liam Suttles scored on the throwing error. They tried to turn 2 on the Duvall ground fielder's choice. That made it 3-1. Then they came storming back. The Braves did. They took advantage of an E5 and started capitalizing. A single by Smith, then an RBI single by Costner, and then the big 2 RBI single by McElhenney to go up 4-3, and that was the go-ahead run that stayed. And then 3 unanswered runs after that. Actually, it was 6 unanswered runs. In the fourth inning, the double steal of home, Gavin Smith steals home again. And then the RBI sac fly by Trey Costner. And then the fifth inning, the McElhenney double, he scored on the wild pitch. So, again, McElhenney, great game. Gavin Smith, great game. Let's go through those totals. First, the Cardinals. Braylon Thompson, 0 for 3 at the walk. Suttles, 0 for 4 with a run. Ty Aycock, 1 for 4. Brady Duvall, 0 for 4. Alex Hanna, 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Jackson Pavone, 0 for 1 in his pinch hit appearance. Grant Buchanan, 1 for 3 with a run. Jackson Warnock, 2 for 3 with a run. Zeke Adwaters, 2 for 3 with a double, 2 RBIs and a stolen base. Maddox Wright, 0 for 2, and Boone Carver, 1 for 1 in his pinch hit appearance. Landon Wright went 3 1/3, gave up 6 runs, 3 earned on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. Jackson Pavone, 1 2/3, gave up 1 earned run, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks. And Brady Duvall, a scoreless inning, no hits, no runs, picked up a K. For your Braves, Danny Okanowski, 1 for 3 with a run and a sac bunt. Gavin Smith, 1 for 2 with a walk, hit by pitch, 3 runs, 5 stolen bases. Holy cow. Brandon Washington, 1 for 2 with a walk. Pinch hitter Keenan Helton, 0 for 1. Trey Costner, 1 for 3 with 2 ribbies, a run, a stolen base, and a sac fly. Parker Stafford, 1 for 3 with a walk. Gavin McElhenney, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 ribbies, and a run. Canton Bear, 0 for 2 with a walk. Jonathan Kalmbach, 0 for 2 with a walk. Zeke Pruitt, 2 for 3 with a run and a stolen base. Canton Bear, your winning pitcher, 4 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. Keenan Helton, 1 2/3 scoreless, allowing 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 Ks in relief. Rudisil, the 1 batter, the 1 K, and then a 1-2-3 scoreless inning to get the save is Gavin Smith. No Ks, no walks, no runs, no nothing. So, I think that's all our scores. Before we tell you your Papas and Beer player of the game, let's go ahead and introduce the House of Power big swing of the game. It is Gavin McElhenney. But first, a word from House of Power. If you're looking for one-on-one lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, strength, and conditioning, if you're looking for facility memberships or cage rentals, you need to get with Sheldon Reed of House of Power, former Clemson Tiger and former professional ball player, located conveniently in Mills River, North Carolina. Check them out online at HOP Hendersonville. That's House of Power, HOPHendersonville.com. And now here's your big swing of the game. So again, this is in the 5th inning. Nobody on and 1 out. Gavin McElhenney splits the gaps. May not look like much here, but that big double allowed him to score in a wild pitch later in the inning. That was a big Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance run for the Braves. And again, Gavin McElhenney, the Caribbean, I think I'm saying that right, Caribbean Community High School grad, is going to be heading to NC Wesleyan next year. Big game for him. Again, 2 for 4, a double, the 2 RBIs, the runs scored. He is going to be our Papas and Beer player of the game. So I'm going to hand it over to Hunter. I'm going to walk out and gather these players for some post-game interviews.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge is proud to support our communities. Thank you to all of tonight's sponsors, a wonderful group of local businesses and organizations from right here in Western North Carolina. We couldn't bring you the American Legion Baseball streaming series and Area 4 coverage without them. Thank you to Papas and Beer Authentic Mexican Grill of Hendersonville, Ion Outdoors, Bloom Patch Farm, CamWood Bats, Floyd America of Gastonia and Kings Mountain, Owen Joseph, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, AC Reynolds Booster Club, Nova X Kinetics, Stepp Electrical Co., Blue Devil Athletic Booster Club, Carolina Pack and Go, Cedar Springs Baptist Church, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, House of Power, Quality Home Consultants, Stepp Physical Therapy, and West North Carolina Driving School. For the best coverage and content of West North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in West North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywnc. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at bbuniversitywnc. Also, check out our website at baseballu.org. That's baseball and the letter U.org. Little update from Veterans Field at Cedar Stadium. Looking on Game Changer right now. Post 108, post 82, 4. Nate Rollins just singled. Casey McGinnis up for post 100. Kevin Costner pitching for 82. 82 is going to have to square this away and get 4 runs to continue the game at least. Or Cherryville post 100 will win Area 4 and clinch the number 1 overall seed in the Area 4 playoffs. Unsure of the other scores around the area tonight, but that's the one that's on my Game Changer. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it out to Ryan's mic, so y'all stay tuned.
Hot mic? All right, well, we're waiting for the Gaston Braves here to finish up their little powwow. It's the final game of the season for them, but we're going to have a few interviews here. We're bringing over Canton Bear, Gavin Smith. We're going to bring in Helton, and then McMahon. What's up, guys? Good. Long time no see.
How are you?
It's good to see you. We'll go first with you. We'll just start rolling. So, can't be giving you the player of the game, player of the week, everything, and this and that. But we're going to give it to McMahon tonight because he had the big go-ahead hit. But man, here, you take one of these from me. 5 stolen bases, what I had.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with the crazy play. You take the walk, you run out into short right center field, essentially right on the edge there. I knew what was going on there because I know about the rules to establish the base paths.
Yes, sir.
Take us. Don't stop with that. Just take us into base running tonight. Give me the 411 on Coach Wise, what he's putting in y'all's ears, because every time somebody met with Coach Wise, something crazy was happening on the base paths.
So, yeah, whenever it was a 3-1 count, and he called me down there, and he straight up told me, he said, just see if they'll bite on it. He said, if you get walked, go out there, just run behind the guys. And they were in, so he was trying to tell me just to get in the regular base path, but they started backing up as soon as I got walked. So I just kept going, and I just went back far enough so I knew that if they did worry about me and trying to get me out, that it would give the runner a third time to take it.
Yep.
A lot of this stuff, is stuff that we did at South Point. I mean, the impact he had this year, especially on our base running, we were 5 stolen bases off of the state record for stolen bases this year in high school ball. So
scrappy baseball.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's one thing too. In the past I was really bad about moving my feet in the box, and my first at bat with the hit by pitch, my last at bat the other night against Burke, hit by pitch there too, and it's honestly getting on base any way you can. I mean, bat was rolling at Asheville tonight. Wasn't great, but found ways on, and managed to wreak some havoc on the base path. So
it's high IQ baseball. Team seems to really be coming together late. I've called y'all my sleeper pick all season. I think a lot of it is just it's Legion baseball. It's tough to get everybody there at the same time. But let me ask you: is the team planning? Is everybody here for playoffs?
Yes, they will be. We got some guys that were taking some last minute trips and stuff, but the big thing is I think this was only my 10th game I played out of 18.
Yeah.
So I missed a lot. I missed my fair share of games, but also everybody on this team is going somewhere to play college baseball, and we all. This is going to be our last time able to be kids and be with our family and take normal trips, and that's one of the big things is understanding family stuff. And
it's hard. Summer's hard, especially for these guys that are 26s like yourself.
Yes,
last chance. You're going to the D.C. metro area,
Yes,
so it's
sir.
your last chance to see friends, family.
Yeah.
Yep. So I understand it. I wish you all luck in the playoffs. For you folks at home, again, we've been bragging on Gavin for about a week now. We think he's the best player in Area 4. He's not going to agree to that. He's a humble guy.
I appreciate it, though.
Good luck, though.
Thank you.
Hand that mic to Canton Bear.
All right.
Bring on Mr. Canton.
Canton. Chop, chop.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, Canton. Seen you a few
on?
times during the high school season for Lincoln Charter. Very good pitcher. Good outing. Let me give, again, maybe it's not the most baseball sexy line, but I liked it. So it was 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. I like the 1 walk. It allows you to spread the hits out a little bit. A lot of big pitches. In the second inning there, so that was a big inning because they scored the 2 runs, but it wasn't hard contact. So as a pitcher, explain how you keep your composure, because that inning could have gotten away from you, but you came back for 2 more strong innings afterwards. Talk about what is it to be a pitcher when you know your stuff's working, but they're just getting the squib hits on you.
I really just like weak contact. If I'm getting weak contact, I'm happy. And then because no barrel, no doubles. For me, it's just no doubles. I can contain a single. It's just weak contact and just double plays. That's all I like. Ground balls. And then ground ball city. That's all I like.
Ground ball city.
Yeah, ground ball
I like
city.
that. Ground ball city whenever Canton Bear starts. So what did you take away from the Lincoln Charter run the last couple of years that you feel you've been able to bring into Legion season and getting prepped for your journey to Surrey with Coach Johnson and Coach Cheek? But take us through Coach Clark, Coach Pastor, Coach Wise. What are some of the biggest improvements you feel you made on the mound over the last couple of years under their tutelage?
I think Coach Clark, he just gave me the confidence. He always tells me I'm that guy. I'm on the mound for a reason. He puts me out there for a reason. And then they have the most confidence in me too. It's just, I like all the words of wisdom. I like hearing that you got this, you can do this, all the confidence. That's just all I like to hear.
Positive affirmations. Yeah. I love it. Well, hey, look, you're going to one of the best JUCOs. I love Surrey right now. Coach Cheek, the pitching coach up there. Got to make one final run here with these boys, though. Is everybody showing up for the playoffs? Because you're my sleeper team here.
Oh, yeah. So. I appreciate that.
Well, hey, with a defense like that, good athletes, go enjoy it. I'm sure you're going to be on the bump again here in a week for the first round of the playoffs, but it's good to see you again.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the win. Hand that to your relief pitcher, Keenan Fowler. What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
So we haven't seen you in a minute.
Yes,
I think we
sir.
saw you for the Burns game this year down there.
Yes, sir. That's
Sorry,
right.
that was a crazy game. Y'all walked off with Aiden Bradley.
Back-to-back walk-offs. Yeah.
Well, hey, look, I know sometimes flashier things happen in a game. Here you are, relief pitcher, coming for 1 2/3, but I thought it was really important to pull you over here. Coach Wise was speaking really well on you there at the end, too. 1 2/3, scoreless, the 1 hit, the 1 walk, the 3 Ks. Back at Stuart Kramer, so many pitchers, so you're kind of used to relief roles.
Yes, sir, 100%. Yes, sir.
So this was nothing new. So what was the mentality, getting the ball there in the 5th inning? Did Coach Pastor, what's the goal at that point? You guys were up, what was the score at that point? It was
6-3.
Yeah, so you had a healthy lead. So what was the confidence level? What was the goal when you took the ball from them?
So, I was throwing in the pen, and when you're in relief, you're never going to get a clean sheet. It's not going to be up 8, down 8, something like that. So I was in there. Trey had a good sack fly, and then that followed to good base running. We were up 2. So I was like, just go out there, get strikes, trust my defense, throw it in there, let them hit it. Don't walk people. That's the main thing.
So starting pitcher in the past at times. So tell the folks at home, what's the biggest difference between hey, Keenan, you're starting today, you're the guy, versus hey, get down ready in the bullpen. Do you prefer one or the other, and what's the difference in the mentality?
Honestly, I prefer to be in relief. You don't think about it. You're just like, okay, hey, go get warm. You're just like, okay, I'm just going to throw. Starting, you kind of get your mind racing a little bit, but I know some people prefer starting because you can fully get stretched and stuff like that, but no, I've been used to relief the past couple of years, so I enjoy that more.
I think that's why some high school coaches won't tell their guys they're starting until the
Exactly.
day of. Because
They get psyched
if I tell
out.
you, like, after practice on Tuesday, hey, you're starting tomorrow,
Yes,
you have
sir.
a whole 24
Yes,
hours
and
to get in your
class
head.
and everything. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
I love that. Well, hey, look, left-handed arm. You swing it pretty well too. So heading
Yes,
to
sir.
Wake Tech next year,
Yes, sir.
whatever role you carve out, that's a great group you got going
Yes, sir.
with
I'm
you.
excited.
Brandon Washington, Taden Dawkins.
Yes, sir.
You nervous about the big city, Raleigh?
Not really. I mean, kind of from Charlotte, so it's not really that
That's
crazy.
true.
But I'm excited to kind of get a new look, some new coaching stuff like that. I'm
It's
excited.
funny with Gaston and like Lincoln area. It's like it is bigger because of Charlotte, but it
It
still has
is.
small.
It's
town
still
feel.
small parts. Yes,
So,
sir.
and
Of
I think
course.
Coach Pastor, Coach Wise, they probably remind you a lot of like where you come from.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
where this
100%.
community really comes from.
Yes,
So.
sir.
Well, hey, good luck to you here in the playoffs. You're my sleeper
sir.
pick. So
Thank you.
you'll
Yes,
take
sir.
down Cherryville or somebody.
Hey,
whoever you're
shout
running
out
to.
Landon King. I'm just glad I didn't have to face him today.
Oh,
He would have took me yard for sure.
I hear you. Well, hey, look, bring in your player of the game over here.
Big Chunky.
What's up, Gavin?
What's up?
McElhenney?
Yeah.
I'm killing that last name. Yes. So my last name's tough to pronounce at times too, so I know it's important. So look, you're our Papas and Beer player of the game.
Awesome.
I know Gavin Smith's been blowing up like the baseball field the last couple of weeks. He's
Yeah,
our
he
on
has.
outdoors player of the week. He's player of the game up at Asheville. But I was paying close attention to the box scores today, and without your big swing there in the third inning, like y'all don't get the lead.
Yeah.
And then that big double in the fifth. It seemed kind of quiet at the time, but just coming in to score in the wild pitch was a huge insurance run for Keenan heading back out to the bump at that next inning. Just 4-run lead. So let's go back to the third inning. There's 2 outs. Yes, 2 outs. So bring us into the mindset. What was the approach right there? Were you looking for anything in particular?
So I was just waiting for my pitch to come. I mean, anything in the zone, I'm swinging at, and I know bases are loaded. It doesn't really make me nervous. I was just trying to get something in play and make something happen. I mean, I know it was a huge spot, especially early in the game, so just trying to make something happen.
What was the vibe in the dugout after that inning?
Oh, I mean, they were hyped, of course. I mean, just took the lead early too, so it set the tone for the rest of the game.
Now, let me ask you this. Every single person in this dugout is either in college or committed to playing at college.
Sure.
You don't get there without some bit of leadership. Some are more vocal than others. Some do by example. But, like, with a crew that deep, like, who's the leader?
I mean, I don't really know. Everyone kind of does, like, their own thing. Everyone plays. Everyone's going to college, like, so they all have their own little bits they add to the team. So I wouldn't say there's a distinct leader. Everyone's just doing their own thing.
By example?
Yeah, by example.
I got you. Now, in the fifth inning, that was our House of Power big swing of the game, big double. A lot of hits in the game, but not a lot of loud ones. That was really the only one that, like, split the gaps.
Yeah.
Again, you're a good athlete.
Sir.
There's some of these guys like Gavin Smith stealing 5 bases, but, that
can't
ball
really
hits the
that.
gap. They're trying to cut it off. Are you thinking double the whole way?
Oh, of course. I mean, anytime the ball's in the outfield, I'm looking to, no matter what. So.
I love it. Now, only represented from Corrivian?
Corvian.
See,
Yes,
I can't say it right. What's the biggest difference in the jump between the smaller charter school baseball and then jumping into the Legion?
I mean, I've always played against good competition, always played against kids older than me. And, I mean, even playing at a small 2A school, we still played the best competition. We have one of the hardest schedules. So it wasn't that big of a difference. And I already know, like, a lot of these guys. So it was pretty easy for me.
Good deal. And I will say that, there's a lot of high schools represented here. Such good talent in the foothills. I noticed you're going the D3 route. I was a D3 guy. I love to see it. Coach Clifton at NC Western is one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Javi, down there. What was so appealing in your college search that drew you to NC Wesleyan? Because, again, I'm a big advocate for D3 baseball. They're national champions in the past. So what drew you to NC Wesleyan?
So they were the first ones to really reach out to me, and just like they called me, and just talking to them was awesome. Like, I loved everything they were about. Like, and when I went on the visit, it felt right no matter what. Like, no other place I went to felt like home like NC Wesleyan did. And especially talking to Javi about being a dude, like, I love that.
And you kids listening at home, he didn't say anything about the baseball there. Now, the baseball is important, but it was all about culture, fit, campus. And I think that's so important right now for you guys going off to school because it's hard.
Yeah.
The new 5-and-5 rule really puts emphasis on the fact that even if you're not going D1, you freshmen have to go in and realize it will be a grind.
Yeah.
NC Western has D1 level players.
Yep, gotta earn it.
I was going to say, you will see 90 to 95 at D3. Sir. So you kids at home, don't
I don't care if Gavin Smith's coming up here talking George Mason or McElhaney's up here talking NC Weston. They can all play at the same speed out here. So let me read this out, and then I got something for you. You ever go up to Hendersonville much?
Not much.
All right, we'll see if we can get you up there. But thank you to Papa's and Beer of Hendersonville for being the headline sponsor of the American Legion Streaming Series. Remember, for the California-influenced Mexican cuisine with award-winning taste, go to Papa's and Beer for dining in and taking out. And this is your Papa's and Beer player of the game, Gavin McElhaney. I've been saying his name right for 2 broadcasts in a row. Next time you're up in Hendersonville, take the flyer that I'm going to put together tonight, show it to Mr. Larry, the proprietor, free meal for you. Okay.
Right, yeah.
And the Apple Festival is coming up. Maybe bring your lady friend up, your parents up for one last trip before you head off to the east side of the state. So
thank you.
Good seeing you.
See you too.
Congratulations. Go make a run in playoffs. All right, that's it for tonight's rendition of the American Legion Streaming Series. We'll be back on Thursday for our final broadcast of the year. Asheville is hosting Caldwell. We'll see you then. All right.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Thanks you for tuning into the American Legion Streaming Series presented by Papa's and Beer, Authentic Mexican Grill of Hendersonville from Mount Holly, North Carolina. And on the campus of East Gaston High School, this has been coverage of North Carolina American Legion Area 4 baseball, where Asheville Post 70 falls to the Gaston Braves Post 144 and 260.